97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Oh, welcome into Middays without Marks today and without Marks for the entire week. Johnny Marks down in Disney. You actually get some sunshine, enjoying a little family time, enjoying a little vacation. I'm Ray Dunn. Sean Brace with us on this Monday morning.
Good morning.
We made it.
We did.
Against all odds. We trekked all the way across City Ave and made it here today.
I was just looking at the weather for Johnny down there in Orlando. High of 53 today, 57 tomorrow. Not exactly it heats up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 70s, 80s. But my guy's dealing with some 50s today and 61 high
I'm
tomorrow.
so hurt for him. That's got to be brutal. That 50-degree weather's got to be killer right now. Man, it is Hobie Milner out there right now. Nasty, brother. We are struggling walking through pretty much all about Kincade today. I thought I was going to be taken out by a plow. I think you similarly had an experience like that where we both thought we were going to be taken out by plows on the walk over here, but we made it.
Snow totals, I think, at the airport, 13.5 inches last time I checked, probably about 2 hours ago. 13.5 at Philadelphia International. So check in with, I love the people that, measure it, whether it's like a 3 can of beer high or,
That's actually what I did at the end of last night after everyone went to bed. I went outside the hotel. I was trying to measure the snow totals from Presidentes.
I was out like a light by about 9:15, so yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you. Party broke up because it was mostly just morning show and our crew, and I'm the one that could stay up. And about after that, the morning crew was like, "Hey, we got to go to bed." Our middays crew. I don't want to call them on the floor immediately, but Dutsy, Nate, I hope you guys are nice, home, safe, enjoying a day off, nice and warm. Congratulations on your snow day. I will say one thing, and we're going to get to the actual Winter Olympics, because the Winter Olympics to me was just walking over here, but what yesterday was and how awesome that was, and I got an Eagles question for you, I guess, coming up at the end, second half of this segment.
Sure.
But I have always believed that we are programmed from a very young age that when we see snow, the brain turns off. Just with the idea of a snow day as a kid, pretty much anytime you see it, you're like, yeah, that's it. My brain's got nothing today. And my brain does have something today. But I think from a very young age, society-wise, we see snow, brain turns off. Like, we all are programmed to not work.
Yeah.
Like, not think of doing anything productive outside of just like, oh, wow, look at that snow out there. That's nice.
I got multiple text messages, hey, you out? You doing anything today? Like, it's still the same. Even though you get older, you still think like, all right, could I get out? Could I go to this tavern or this tap room or, belly up somewhere?
I could tell you, Fishtown Tavern's missing me today. I would have put up a legendary tab for him today. I know that all of them over there, hey, don't worry. I'll be back at some point if I ever get home.
We did work last night at the hotel bar.
Oh, yeah, we did show prep.
Yeah,
that was what we did. It was all about show prep. Patricia Caputo produced the program today, did plenty of show prep with us as well, hanging out last night.
Of course, yes. I was happy to hang out and, of course, prep the show.
Yeah, show was prepped. I know you just put up there that the snow days are now virtual learning days.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Real sad.
It's brutal. Obviously, let the kids have a snow day, but maybe with all that could be wrong with the future generations, one thing they might not think of when they see snow is, I got nothing to do today.
Yeah.
They might actually look at it as like, we got to get stuff done. Because I could tell you from my vantage point, I see snow, I'm like, oh, I got nothing.
Yeah, my daughter, kindergarten. She's on the computer. Like, you don't have, like, kids don't even have off these days. That's crazy.
They got to go out and build a snowman. You're using your imagination.
It's just like, wait a minute, really? Kindergarten? You're going to tell her she's got to be on a computer? But that's what they're doing as early as kindergarten. But you're right. Kids don't have these days off like we used to. Virtual learning. I guess it goes hand in hand because you still stick to that day that you get out as far as summertime is concerned. That doesn't move because you don't have snow days. But, oh, no, there's nothing better than a snow day.
No,
the brain shuts off, as you said. Go do work, have some fun, gallivant, sledding, all that stuff.
Just listen to us. Take us wherever you go. The Fanatic app, YouTube channel, hello to all our YouTube chatters, and everyone listening out there. The biggest sports story in the world, I would say, would be the end of the Winter Olympics and the fact that America won gold yesterday. And that was awesome. I know you were tapped in from Jump Street, like not just the beginning of the game, but from the beginning of the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
I was a nice casual when it comes to the Winter Olympics watching. It was when it was on, and I was near television. I was there yesterday. It was like, hey, man, you better not be missing this right now. And that overtime, I will tell you, as soon as Connor McDavid went down the ice, it was 1-on-3. I was like, oh, America's in trouble. I thought for sure they were losing that game as it went to overtime. The fact they win gold, the Hughes brothers having themselves a time at this point. Now it's Jack Hughes that gets the winner. that was electric and just like awesome, awesome hockey. And I think everything for people around here that followed it, watching the post game with Goudreau and the way they honored him and the way they just showed love to him, his family, that was super cool to see. But the Team USA yesterday, there's not really my, here's the spin and the take on this, other than that was just really cool to see. And, hey, take that one, Canada.
46 years to the date. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
funny how that works out.
They didn't win gold, but it was the Miracle on Ice game, of course, where they beat Russia. But, as far as the timing is concerned, incredible there. As you pointed out, though, at the end, that was it, right? The game goes final. They're out there celebrating. That's when the magic was really happening for me, just enjoying, smile on my face, and then, of course, the honoring of Goudreau. And bringing his kids out there literally brought tears to my eyes. Like, literally tears.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know I'm not alone, but you sobbed up, and it was just like, man, what a moment. And you saw like how important he was, that family in general, to the game of hockey. And it was very unfortunate, of course, what took both of those brothers, as I'm having some headphone issues. I don't know what's going on with that port over there. But bottom line is, man, he was a 7-time NHL All-Star. He played for the Calgary Flames and had a tremendous run in the NHL and was Johnny Hockey, and they've come up to the ranks with him over the years. So, of course, they know the family really well. But to have the kids out there for that picture, honor the family like that, incredible stuff.
Yeah, it was incredible. And an incredible game as well. An incredible, really run through the tournament. To get in a couple overtime winners and just an exciting brand of hockey. And I felt like I was listening to Connor do the update today. It's like the Flyers are back on Wednesday. I'm like, wow, it just all spins back to the NHL here. And it's like, I hope for people that, like, because, we do the whole, like, hockey conversation here. We get pucked up, we have that conversation. It's like, yeah, it's comfortably fourth, in terms of, I think, sports that people in this city are, like, tapped in on. I would hope that it spurns a little bit of interest, even if the team right now is what the team is. But I enjoyed my hockey watching morning yesterday. I was jealous of the folks that made it out to an establishment and had like the crazy, like you were seeing some of those reaction videos from Team USA yesterday and people getting fired up for it. Really cool.
Yeah, bars were opening at 8 o'clock. I saw New York, the governor of New York waived the law that you couldn't serve alcohol, which I thought was pretty cool.
Which then leading into a snow day is a very dangerous precedent.
It's a long day.
That's a very long
shift. But you know what? The tip buckets, I'm pretty sure, were nice and full. Unless you're a Canadian bartender, then obviously,
probably.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think
the tabs.
I would imagine that they had quite a drinking day up there as well, because they probably want to drink to forget the whole.
Yeah.
So the big question here today: 610-632-0975. Has America surpassed Canada in hockey for good?
It's our game, damn it. It's our game. And that's really the funny stuff that you see on the timeline right now, Ray, where it's like, I don't know. I get it. Like the 3-on-3 was a little funky ending. I wish they would change that. I think they should look into changing that for the gold medal game alone. Like there's no reason to close out a game 3-on-3 for something of that magnitude. We're talking about the gold medal game here in the Olympics. Come on. It's kind of like going putt-putt for Augusta.
Yeah, the thing is for me at the end of that game, and again, this is not exactly your hockey hardo take on this one, but I'm watching McDavid go down 1v3 and I'm like, oh my gosh, he might win it. Like that's electric for me in that moment. Like my heart sunk because I was like, this is going to go against America real quickly here. And then they're breaking it down of like, oh, you might never see the puck if you lose the opening face-off. And it's like, yeah, probably from a pure hockey standpoint, that sucks. But also from like a guy just want to be entertained sitting on his Sunday morning watching the game, it was a very entertaining form and way to conclude that game. And
the first 3 periods were entertaining?
Oh, they were entertaining.
Okay.
But what I'm saying to you is like having that pit in your stomach of like, wow, this could change on a dime like that. And I guess you could say that about any play in hockey. But for me, watching the 3-on-3, I'll say it. I'm a casual when it comes to hockey. So the casual in me was entertained, wildly entertained by the fact that it was a 3-on-3 and they were going after it. Should they decide it that way? No. Did they already decide going into the tournament they were going to decide that way? Yes. I'll be honest with you. If McDavid had won in that moment that I thought he was going to, I'd probably be on here today like, everybody relax. You knew it was going to be 3-on-3. You already had an overtime winner on 3-on-3 earlier in this tournament. Like, unfortunately, they didn't come through. They came through. It's great. Canada, cry a little bit more, but like, this was the way. This was an awesome way for it to finish.
No doubt. Look, everybody was playing on the same ice, same rules. So I'm not complaining from that standpoint. But I think that they should look into that. I don't think that anybody was.
I think they're going to change it because people are. Yeah. The reaction's been with.
It's a gold medal game we're talking about here. All right. So maybe look into that in future. But it doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. The game was won by the goaltending, and Hellebuck balled out. And I know that you're supposed to say stood on his head.
That's right, yes.
But he was incredible, stopping 41 out of 42 shots. 3-time Vezina Trophy Award winner. So this guy's been really darn good for a long time now in the NHL. So it wasn't surprising for a lot of people. But if it wasn't for him, they're not winning. They're not winning that game, clearly. End of story. I think they were outshot 42-28. You saw how many great saves he made, stick saves, glove save in overtime. I mean, if one of those falls or hits the back of the net, they're losing that game in regulation. So it starts and ends with him as far as coming out on top. But, man, what a great story. And, of course, going up against Canada, the history, last time that they matched up, you had Sidney Crosby, who, by the way, missed the game. Some are saying if he played, it would have been a different story. I digress. Again, Canadian tears are tasting great right now.
I mean, that's... If this happened, if that happened, guess who won, man? I got the gold.
Well, you got
Give me Freebird.
You got McKinnon on the timeline going, you be the judge?
Yeah. That's always my favorite. That's always if you watch the game, the team that had less, whether it's goals, points, whatever it is, runs, because that's a take that comes out a number of different sports when team loses. If you watch the game and understand the game, you realize that this team that actually did worse than the other team was actually the better team. Like, no, you lost. Get over it. It's tough to say after that, but take your complaining somewhere else.
Nathan McKinnon said, quote, "You be the judge of who was the better team."
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, scoreboard, Holmes. That's all that matters. Like, what are we doing here? Chip Kelly time of possession? None of that matters. It's the final score. So, the sour grapes are plentiful over there on the north of the border. And it's amazing because that was a really good game. You lost a gold medal match. And you know what? If USA ended up losing, I'm not crying about any of that stuff. It's like, you know what? Canada was the better team. But guess what? They didn't. And McKinnon, to come out there and say that, you be the judge of who was the better team when you just lost? Come on, dude.
So for the first and probably last time ever, I'm leading hockey here and driving this one home. I do want to give us an opportunity to hear it one more time. A little Freebird in the background. I think maybe we have Freebird in the background. I don't know. Patricia, whatever we got in there with the game winner, fire away. Let me hear this one more time.
Now Jack Hughes puts it around McCall. United States with numbers. Back across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal for the United States. For the first time since the 1980 miracle, the United States takes the gold.
Yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
Thoughts on the call?
I liked it. You could tell he was backed into oh wow, that went in. I have to get this. He got the golden goal in there, which I think is what you were going for in that moment. And,
sure.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
That was all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's always when you think American hockey, you're always going to think, do you believe in miracles? Unfortunately, the bar's been set so incredibly high that it's any call that's made is never going to live up to that call. I thought it was a fine call.
It was a fine call. All right, yeah, that's where I'm at.
We had a good club.
Yeah.
We have a good club. We got a good call. I had that thought in the moment though, as because I'm watching it, and you know how I watch things.
Sure.
I watch things like a sicko of how would you call that moment? And I was as it's happening, it's that one got into the net. I don't think you anticipated that being the opportunity where they were going to score on, and you were just catching up with the call in that moment. I think his mind was about 2 seconds behind what the action was, because I think he was oh, that happened, and then he was speeding up to give himself the moment.
I think you nailed it. Yeah, that's exactly what took place. And, Kenny Albert, they had a great call all tournament long. Tirico, unbelievable point man, the best in the business.
It's the year of Mike, man.
Really is. And I'm on record for years now. I've been praising Tirico.
Yeah.
For years I've been saying, you can go ahead and look at my timeline. I've been talking Mike Tirico, because the thing about him is that he'll call women's tennis. He'll go to PGA.
He's insane.
He'll do anything at top level. And that's the thing that I've always said about Tirico, is just how good he is. But then you get the football calls. And for my money, I think he is really the best in the business at this point in time.
Yeah.
Harlan is still my guy, but come on, man, Tirico is just killing it right now at the NFL level.
And Tirico did a wonderful job at the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago, and we're now at that point in the football offseason post-Super Bowl. We get to the Combine.
Yeah.
And things start rolling here. And I'm trying to, today, as we move into the Eagles conversation of all this, trying to today land exactly where we're at, because I felt like for the last 6 weeks, pretty much since the season ended, we've had one panic show a week. We've had one oh, The offensive coordinator search. What's happening there? We've had the frantic Vic Fangio's going to be gone.
Nobody wanted to come here.
Nobody wants to come here.
Yep.
Nobody's going to be left on that offensive line.
Yep.
So Friday, or was it Friday, Saturday, one of these days of this weekend, I'm on my phone, I'm scrolling, and I see on NBC Sports Philly, and it's the 10 reasons why you should be optimistic about the Eagles in 2026. Ruben Frank put out a story, and my immediate reaction was, oh, man, it's a little early for optimism on me, which I was surprised by because I thought I did a really good job of packaging up that season, putting it away and forgetting about it for a bit there, and just like, all right, there's no emotional scarring for me on the way that one ended. It's over. Like, I just have to move on from it. And I've been telling people, like, the missed opportunity thing, I'm done with that. Like, I'm past it. I don't think I'm as past it as I want to be. I think I'm just coping at this point. But with that being said, with all the concern that we've had, with all the, oh, no one wants to be here. Who's going to be the offensive coordinator? Who's going to be here on the offensive line? Will we have the same defensive coordinator? When you look at the net loss of the last 6 weeks of the end of the Eagles season, the beginning of this offseason, really, Jeff Stoutland? That's the wreckage here, pretty much. That's the coming out of the end of that season. That is what you lost. There's some offensive coaches. If you were a big fan of Scott Loeffler, or you were a big fan of fill-in-the-blank coach that is no longer here on that offensive side, which I can't imagine there's a lot in this town. If you were the Patullo truther out there, if you were on payroll for Patullo, maybe you're upset. Like, exactly. All you lost was Stoutland. And it felt like the last 6 weeks we've done one panic-stricken show a week about, this is how the downfall happens. Are we able to take a deep breath ahead of the combine here and realize that everything kind of points up?
Kind of points up. Interesting.
Like, you get the entire offensive line back.
Yeah. Huge deal.
I don't know how healthy they're going to be. But would I take Lane Johnson, banking on him being healthier this season? Would I take Cam Jurgens, banking on him being healthier this season? Landon Dickerson, banking on him being healthier this season over the unknown of another player? Yeah, I would. Would I take the known commodity of having Vic Fangio instead of having to switch over the defensive coordinator? Would I take the idea that Sean Mannion is going to be better than the base level of what I saw for Kevin Patullo on a team that ended up winning double-digit games going to the postseason? Like, for all that there was the downturn talk and the spin-away talk and, things are going to fly out of control. And 6 weeks later, there's still plenty of question marks with who's going to be back, question marks with A.J. Brown. But have we been able to calm the panic meter? Have we been able to – should we be able to, kind of peer out over the chaos that we had over the 6 weeks and the conversations we had and just be like, yeah, things are not great, but we're kind of in a really good spot when you consider the conversations we've had at the beginning of this offseason.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you there. I think for the level-headed Eagles fan, I think they're in agreement with us. But for a lot of people out there, they're still stuck in the minutia, getting caught up with what A.J. Brown did on a podcast, dudes on dudes winking, right?
Well, we'll get to it.
I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? The issue I have, right, is that what took place last week should get more highlights, more news, more spotlight shined on it, because when Lane Johnson is back, we know what their record is with them. 110, 57-1 with them. Without him, 18-27. He's an absolute Hall of Famer, lock, 14th year. Getting him back in the mix, healthy, is a huge get. Of course, we know what Jurgens is doing down there in Columbia. Hopefully that works out for him. Landon Dickerson, remember there was rumors out there he could be potentially calling it a career. Bottom line is these guys are all back, and it starts up front. Saquon Barkley is a darn good running back still in this league, and if he's going to be a successful part of your offense, you got to have that offensive line rolling. I'm not going to sit here and say 2 years ago it's going to be like that for this upcoming season, but it's great to have these guys back. And for my money, not nearly enough attention was made on the fact that these guys are all returning. And that's one less thing you have to worry about with the combine happening here. Right. Oh, by the way, that's going to transfer into draft talk. Mm-hmm. So now I think that they're going to look at possibly drafting a guard or drafting a tackle one way or the other. But I don't think you have to do it in the first round or the second round at this point in time. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to bore you with offensive line talk.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to it, man.
At 23 overall. But, if these guys weren't coming back, that's where the emphasis has to be. You got to immediately replace those guys. Now they're back.
So I'm just curious for people out there. And I'm curious, 610-632-0975. And I already saw it in the YouTube chat with JM, who's talking about just how much the offensive line could struggle and how those injuries aren't temporary. They're things that could last, and that's true.
Yeah.
There is a very much a line here where you can look at it and say, yeah, it's not going to ever be as good as 2024, but to be as good as 2024 is probably the anomaly to what offensive line play is like in the NFL. Like, they're going to be banged up. They're going to be battling, and Do I want the more known commodities versus what you could have out there? I'm curious for people out there. Again, that's 610-632-0975. Can you peer out over the chaos and feel calmer about where this team's at than where we were 6 weeks ago? Because I feel like in an offseason where we were talking about a lot of like, wow, this could be nuts. They could have to replace 60% of their offensive line. Their defensive coordinator might retire. Like, Christian Parker's gone. Jeff Stoutland's gone. If that's the wreckage of the last 6 weeks, like Kev Patullo's gone, but like you wanted that. Like
Sirianni's still here.
Yeah, you were looking for that.
No, I kid. I kid.
But are you able to peer out over the chaos and over the panic of the last 6 weeks and feel better about the spot that they're at? Because I saw that story, and my immediate reaction to the 10 reasons to be optimistic was like, oh, man, like, trying to sell me on something, and then it immediately sold me on something because I'm sitting there thinking, like, yeah, I guess I could probably start rolling through reasons to be optimistic for next year because I look at this group, and they're going to restructure the offense. They're going to be back with a lot of the number of the offensive linemen. Defensive coordinators going to be back, and I should feel a little bit better. I should feel a little bit calmer about where I'm at than where I was 6 weeks ago. So I'm curious for you at 610-632-0975 if you've been able to get to that place yet in this offseason. It's kind of a temperature check on a day where temperatures are really low, and I feel like the temperature check around the Eagles was really low for about 6 weeks there the following the season, and for good reason. So I want to get to that, and I want to get to the Wink scene talked about, discussed around the world.
Yeah.
Pretty much this weekend, your big worldwide stories that opened up your sports section of the news. Team USA wins gold. A.J. Brown winks at 2 podcast hosts that named their podcast Dudes on Dudes. Very, very important world happenings that Saquon Barkley weighed in on NFL Live over the weekend. We will get you what he had to say about the wink and whether we've all been able, speaking of calm down about that. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Without Marks here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
No miracle needed. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. Team USA's hockey team defeated Canada Sunday after an overtime goal from Devils center Jack Hughes. It's the USA's first gold medal victory since 1980. NHL games will resume Wednesday night as the Flyers will head to Washington to take on the Capitals. The Sixers defeated the Timberwolves 135-108 Tuesday night. Tyrese Maxey was the star of the game, scoring 39 points. Nick Nurse spoke to the media after the game on Maxey's production.
I think it's just an amazing mental adjustment for him to come in and have some tough games and then just really need him to have a great one, and he just does it. And then all of a sudden, everybody else gets lifted too, and that's what great players are supposed to do.
Sixers will look to keep it rolling against the Pacers on Tuesday. The NFL Combine starts Thursday. Eagles looking for some depth at the offensive line and the wide receiver room. The Phillies will take on the Nationals in their third spring training game of the season at 6:05 p.m. This update is brought to you by True Green. True Green, stop doing it yourself and get a golf course quality lawn. That's the easy way, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Sign up today at truegreen.com. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Big music listening weekend for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
Baby Keem released an album.
Oh, that's right.
Which I know our audience, I'm sure everyone stopped what they were doing and listened the way I did Friday morning immediately once you woke up. I'm sure that's exactly what our audience did. I'm sure I would bet solid 80% of our audience knows who Baby Keem is too. Yeah.
Easily.
But great weekend of music listening for me. I was fired up all weekend long. Busy weekend for me.
Yeah, very busy weekend for me, too, as well. We had wings yesterday. That got bumped up to 1 due to the weather. I was hosting here on Saturday. I had a 40th birthday party. I was out in Orleans.
Oh, you were out?
Yeah. Orleans.
Really?
At Orleans. Yeah, exactly. I was out. I was out for a little bit on Friday night. Got out of the house. Yep, a little bit. I think we can qualify last night as being out, too, as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we were outside last night.
Definitely.
It was crazy. That City Ave Hilton, man,
A good time.
absolutely nuts. Closed down that place.
I'll tell you what, man. I was supposed to get a television delivered today. That's not happening. It's coming Wednesday. Everything got pushed back because of this storm, all right?
Yeah. Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
It's all right.
But you're not going to be home anyway. Like, you weren't home yesterday
wasn't,
anyway to
yeah.
use it. So
Yeah.
Be home.
Oh, he's going home. Yeah. No,
Going
no.
home today, though, yeah.
Brace is going home.
You won't get me tomorrow. That's right. I'll be back Thursday and Friday, though.
Yeah. But we're getting into early on here. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn, in for Johnny Marks, who is enjoying 50 degrees, sunny Florida
How
right
about
now.
that?
Hey, Orlando, Florida. It was good on them getting out early, by the way. That the decision on Friday to leave Saturday was easily the right one.
Yeah,
for,
speaking
Johnny.
of that, my wife was supposed to go to Vegas for a work trip, and she claims that the flight will be there tonight. She bumped it up.
She claims.
Yeah, claims.
Very, very good wording by you there.
How? How are they flying? It's still scheduled. I'm not buying it.
I wish her the best of luck.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for her to make
Yeah.
it out there. Yeah, you can be the one that throws the skepticism out there. I've never met Kelly. I'm not trying to create enemies here.
My
so
thing is this. It's like you have to go down to the airport. You know, if it's still on time. I
Right.
guess if it's saying it's on time, then they're going to fly, but I'm not buying that. No way. So
No.
I'll keep you posted on that.
yeah, please do keep us in the loop on that one. Again, I'm not going to be skeptical of it. I think your wife's going to fly out tonight, and I think her plan is
There you go.
absolutely A1, 100%.
Good work by you.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can have that back and forth, that discussion. The back and forth happening on our YouTube chat right now is kind of what I anticipated with asking this question is, are you able to look past the concern the cast the last 6 weeks and feel good about where the Eagles are at this point in the offseason? Because I read that 10 Reasons for Optimism on NBC Sports Philly. I see it. My immediate reaction was, ooh, a little early for me to get so optimistic. And then I really think about it, and it's all right. Christian Parker is the new defensive coordinator of the Cowboys. He's no longer here. Jeff Stoutland departs the organization. He's no longer here. Or no longer coaching for the organization, because the way that was all worded,
Yep.
his key card could work to the Jeff. Was the Jefferson Health Complex?
I think we did change
the Jeff.
it. Yep.
Yeah, we're
correct.
going with the Jeff.
Oh, the Jeff.
The Jeff.
I like that.
He might still have a key card to the Jeff, but he's not coaching the offensive line right now. I look at that, yeah, all right, 2 considerable losses. Overall, the number of losses that I anticipated over the 6 weeks and the amount of concern and the fact that I was freaking out about the offensive coordinator search, and sure, if you told me Sean Mannion at the beginning of the search, probably not the name I would have thrown at you. All indications are he's the next boy genius. We'll see what happens. Again, the bar set pretty low from where we were offensively a year ago. I'm able to put myself into that good space where I'm looking at, like, yeah, I've peeked out over the chaos and it feels kind of good. But I see on our YouTube chat immediately, JM, what reason do I have to believe that interior of the offensive line is going to be healthy? I sit there and say, yeah, I don't know what's happening down Columbia with Cam Jurgens.
Yeah.
That's a great point by you. I don't know how banged up Landon Dickerson really was by the end. He cast doubts himself at his locker at the end of the season saying, yeah, he doesn't know if he's going to be able to get back to the level that he once was. Lane Johnson, we've seen it now where plays, comes out. We're not at Jason Peters level there, but I know that an idea has been thrown out before. So I look at what he says, and I'm not necessarily against where he's at. I don't think they're going to be coached as well for the offensive line as they were under Stoutland. I think that's a pretty high bar to reach. That's a legitimate concern to have. But again, if I set the bar low for offensive coordinator to clear, I think the bar for offensive line health from a year ago is one that you should be able to clear. If you don't, well, there's a catastrophe, and there's something that will end up sinking anyways. Neal goes right to the quarterback, and that means on this snow day, somebody hasn't taken a day off, and that's Neal in the YouTube chat. He's already ready to start having the Hurts conversation. It's 10 o'clock on a snow day. He's like, I need to make sure everybody knows I'm concerned about QB1.
Well, Ruben Frank's list here with the 10, number 10 is Jalen Hurts is really good. love him or hate him, you can't deny the fact that very few quarterbacks in the NFL had more success than Jalen Hurts, and he's right. So I would push back on the YouTube chat comment there. But Rube, obviously, when he puts stuff out there, especially with numbers, you got to go ahead and read it. Really good article. It's got the 10, the list in front of me right here. Number 1 is Lane coming back. I'm right there with him on that. I throw that number out there, hang the banner. I know we talk about it a lot. 110, 57-1 with them, without him, 18-27. If you're going to be sitting here talking about trying to predict the future as far as health is concerned with any athlete, I get it. These guys were banged up last year, but come on, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, we got a Sixer segment later to do that anyway.
There you go. Exactly. This isn't Joel Embiid we're talking about, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not.
It got a little old last year.
It gets dicey. He's, 14 seasons in the NFL?
Correct.
He was drafted by Chip Kelly.
Yes. But
a lot of Chip Kelly play on the station today.
No doubt. I would say that another thing that really makes me excited about having the offensive line return together is the fact that they're going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They know they weren't successful last year, and everybody called it right out. Point blank. It starts up front, and they struggled on the offensive line. They weren't able to get it going. To a point, they protected Hurts pretty well, but ultimately they were not able to get the holes opened up for Saquon like they did the year before. So I expect this team to have a chip on their shoulder, come back ready to go, healthy, full 5 players right across the board, all returning. They know each other really well. I like where we're at.
What a great segue by you. Mentioned Saquon Barkley, because Saquon went on some sort of a media tour this weekend. I don't know what I was trying to figure out is he promoting something? Is he just bored? We know he enjoyed the afterglow of the Super Bowl last year. So now, he's not enjoying that afterglow right now. He's just kind of been in an offseason for 6 weeks. He's talking to people. With the invitation's out there, Saquon, if you want to come stop by, feel free. We'll have you on for a full 4 hours. We'll break down everything.
Door's always open.
I'll put on a Penn State shirt for you. That's the level at which I want to secure a Saquon Barkley interview here. But he's making the rounds. NFL Live. He was with the insiders. He's talking. One of the things he was asked on NFL Live was about A.J. Brown on the podcast, Dudes on Dudes. Last week, 3 weeks ago, but last week it comes out. You see him wink at Edelman, at Gronkowski when they say you're going to be a Patriot. Here was Saquon Barkley's takeaway from that podcast.
I will say this. I do not want to speak for A.J. Brown. Love him as a teammate, as a brother. But he is a huge Patriot fan. He is one of those guys. Growing up, I was a Jets fan. My dad has a Jets tattoo. I was able to kind of, move on now when I got to NFL. But he's always been a big Patriots fan. And I think this year, before Dallas, Tom Brady was throwing him the ball. So for him, that was he was like a kid in a candy store. But so that wink is just all fun and games. But I will give the inside scoop. AJ Brown is a big Patriots fan.
Congrats.
Makes it feel a little bit better?
No.
All right.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to keep the same energy I had with the Parsons podcast. And maybe that's why I'm not so bothered by the wink. That all of this is theater. We're in the theater portion, like Radio Row, the whole thing. He goes on the Parsons podcast, and I believe that genuinely he likes Philadelphia, loves Philadelphia, enjoys the city, likes playing here. I believe that to be true. But I also believe for him to be throwing out as many cliches as he did on the Parsons podcast, it was him saying, hey, I'm excited for where I'm at. I'm not going to cause any controversy here. I think when he goes on with Edelman and Gronk, he's having fun with a couple of players who aren't asking him anything difficult, and it's basically just you played for Vrabel, and you know who we are. Let's hang out and talk, and that's fine. That's their podcast. Again, if I wanted a Pulitzer Prize-winning podcast, I wasn't going to name it Dudes on Dudes and have Gronkowski be one of the hosts.
Definitely not.
All right? That's it would be like saying that you're coming to me for Pulitzer Prize-winning. It's just not what you get. It's not the forum that you're going to get from them. So the wink, I sit there and I'm like, yeah, AJ's having fun with guys he really admires, and I get it. For a lot of people, this has been the point where it's this is the boiling point for him. I'd be more upset that I know who Janky Rondo is than the fact that he was on with Rob Gronkowski and winked at it. And Saquon, what a way to dance right there and just not give anything about it and just AJ's my guy.
Yeah.
He's under contract. He's a Patriots fan.
Look, there's plenty of NFL fans that are players that are fans of teams growing up. The Kelsey brothers, prime example, Cleveland, right? Yeah. I think I was reading Kittle was a Bears fan, tight end for what did he go? Iowa State?
Yeah.
Right? Or Iowa? He went to Iowa, didn't he?
Iowa.
Iowa,
Yes,
yeah,
Iowa. Yeah.
Bad job by me.
That's
But
okay.
bottom line is,
I don't
these
think our
guys
Iowa audience is offended.
These guys are fans of teams. There's no issue with that, and maybe that's what the wink was all about. Again, I don't care about the wink. I really don't. It was just a moment where these guys were talking shop and they had some fun for a podcast. You're there to be entertaining. Some people are getting way too carried away with the wink. I don't understand how, other than the fact that it's forced. You want to be Negadelphia, you want to, the toxic Avenger in you wants to come out. I have no issues whatsoever. He's saying the right things. It's up to Howie Roseman, and we'll find out very soon. It starts literally probably this week because of the Combine. You're going to start to see some packages, moves being made, and I think there is still a chance that A.J. Brown is traded, but it has nothing to do with this podcast appearance or the wink.
Kind of weird not being able to move on from the Phantom. I'll be honest on that one.
Well, how do we know he has them?
Well, that's what I mean. But Saquon kind of gives this idea that, like, with the way he was talking, it's like, the Eagles games at 1 o'clock, the Patriots playing on Sunday Night Football, and, like, AJ's going home and, like, just sitting on the couch with, like, hey, Drake May. Like,
interesting, yeah. That would be a little weird.
It's kind of strange. Yeah. His defensiveness, we can all call it for the absurdity that it is that we're having this conversation about all of it. The fact that we're talking about A.J. Brown being a Patriots fan and that's why he winked, that's how absurd the conversation is. We're talking about a star wide receiver in the NFL who's we're defending it with his childhood fandom. Little much for me on that.
It's a little much across the board. You're right about that.
All right. I do want to take us to warmer weather and some more fun because this weekend we saw baseball. And, man, was it a beautiful thing to see. Couple of things coming out of Phillies spring training. Oddity of an injury report. One of the young guys shown out, and one of the things that you just love to see because it's the first one in the year, and we're going to celebrate. We're going to play it coming up next. That's all coming up. A little spring training update. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks on 97.5, The Fanatic.
The Flyers are in the
Middays here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Ray Dunn alongside Sean Brace, Patricia Caputo producing the program. Coming up at 11 o'clock, we will get you what you missed from the weekend with Sean Brace. I'm excited.
Yeah.
There is a certain, fan base locally that's going to enjoy, I think, what you missed from the weekend.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was getting texts about it last night. I couldn't make it out there yesterday. That's your tease, all right? I was disappointed. I didn't get a chance to go Wednesday. I didn't get a chance to go yesterday. I'm disappointed. But
Heck of a run.
Heck of a run.
Back to back.
Back to back. And I know there's another portion of our listening audience that really missed out on the Palestra this year, and I got a couple of texts, a little sour grapes, a little disappointed yesterday. Yeah, so yeah, it's the Catholic League. That's the way it works for you. We want to take you down to spring training in a moment, but I'm being called Roomless Ray right now. You heard this whole debacle, so we're all going back. If you guys are unaware of what happens in this industry, welcome inside the industry. We have to work. That's what it's been decided. We're not just going to syndicated radio. We're coming in. We're doing the show.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
Damn it.
Walking
Rain,
through the snow.
sleet, or snow, 97.5 trains to go. All right? We're going to be here.
I like that.
I totally ripped that from Jalen.
That's good.
We're going to be here. So we stayed at the hotel last night. Great time. Everyone hanging out. A good 6 ABC crowd there as well. My texted my mom like she's geeking out. She's a massive 6 ABC fan. She's excited about the fact that, Adam Joseph's staying at 5 feet from us. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to see him on television tomorrow.
Yeah.
So great time. Today, the decision's been made. Hey, the likelihood of you all being able to go home and all of you being able to get back here tomorrow doesn't seem great. Now we have true warriors that, are in the afternoon that believe they're better than the elements, so they're going to try and brave them to get here. And to Bill and Sil, good luck. What I will say with this second day, middays, you have to check out because you're leaving the hotel before 11 o'clock. It's not mornings where you're leaving. You could go back, get your stuff. This is my second time doing this. You have to check out because you don't expect your room to be there for you. And the whole notice of we're going to get you another night thing came down at like 8:30 today, 9 o'clock-ish. I was here. I was ready to get the show going. I was trying to prep everything.
Sure.
So naturally, I checked out. I don't appreciate Andrew calling it a young man's mistake earlier today, saying that I was wrong to check out. And I don't appreciate being called Roomless Ray by Connor right now. I feel like I did the right protocol.
There is nothing you could have done.
Right. Well, because you're also roomless right now.
Correct. But
Yes.
the couch is real comfortable, I hear. So dibs on the couch.
No, I've slept here enough. I'm taking a hotel tonight. There will be a room for me. I will be back at that Hilton tonight.
Damn right.
Even if there's another 2 feet of snow to drop, I'm making it back there.
To each his own.
Yeah, I'm heading home. I'm going to sleep in the comfort of my own bed tonight. Looking forward to that. But, look, we got 13 inches out there. It's been an absolute mess walking over here. So I would imagine, driving's not going to be all that easy for a lot of people.
No, good luck with you getting back.
Yeah.
You got to make it back because you're big father duty today because
I'm good.
My wife's flying out to Vegas.
Apparently she is.
She's making it to Vegas.
So it's going to be daddy duty for the next 3 solo. But my mom helps out too as well. So I got that.
You know where I'd like to fly right now?
Tell me.
Clearwater.
Yeah, me too, man.
And yesterday we got the treat of the first one of the season. Kyle Schwarber, as it turns out, even when you pay him, still pretty good at the whole baseball thing and crushing baseballs. We got our first Schwarber of the season. So before we get to the actual newsy part of everything, let's just imagine 7-degree weather, sitting at Citizens Bank Park. You got a massive beer that you paid $70 for.
Ice cold.
Ice cold. You've got buy one, get one free hot dogs because dollar dogs we can't handle. And you're just watching first inning of a game, some terrible right-handers on the mound for some team that stinks. And there's Kyle Schwarber at the plate. And you get this.
Fly ball, right field. Number 1 is on the board. Kyle Schwarber gives the Phils a 1-0 lead. And he absolutely crushed it.
Beautiful.
438 feet, I believe, Ray?
Yeah. I was actually concerned for people walking out there because it looked like it was going to be outside the stadium. Clearwater's not built to hold Kyle Schwarber.
No, you're right about that.
So that was a beautiful thing to see. Also beautiful was immediately. It's a good bit where we've talked so much about ground ball rate, and it's like this trendy thing when it comes to Justin Crawford. I'm guilty of it as well. Like, people have never talked about percentage of balls hit on the ground, I think, with a Phillies player ever until Justin Crawford in the minor leagues. Well, he can't get the ball in the air. Well, he decides he's going to start his Phillies career, just hit one off the wall, big double for him. Goes 2 for 3 his opening day. And that was encouraging to see in the sense that, yes, the pitch he hit, if he hit it on the ground, I'd be really concerned about his ability to hit anything in the air. But that's what you look for in spring training. You look for these storylines. You look for, hey, is this guy hitting? Is this guy figuring it out? Crawford, that was an encouraging start for me. And Crawford talked a little bit about just going 2 for 3 in the beginning of his spring.
Yeah, definitely. That definitely feels good getting the first one, the first at-bat like that. So it's kind of nice to be able to get that early and then just trying to hopefully build off of that. I did a little bit. I saw the wind was going over there a little bit, so I thought maybe, but no, I gotta hit the weight room a little bit more.
That was 390, man, or what?
Yeah, definitely felt good, though. I made some adjustments at the end of the year last year with kind of playing with my hands. Got them a little bit closer to around my ear now. But that's an adjustment I made at the end of this season last year and felt good. And going into this past offseason, I was kind of just making sure to just stay consistent with that in my drills and coming in feeling pretty good. I hope I can play as much as I can. And I think definitely the more at-bats you get, the more and more comfortable I'll get. So, yeah, just trying to stack the at-bats and hopefully we go feeling well. I was kind of itching these last couple of days to kind of get on this field and get some games going. So it definitely felt good to kind of just get back in that atmosphere, getting the fans around, and just going and competing.
So Justin Crawford, Hall of Famer, Sean Brace?
Yes.
Wall of Famer at least.
Lock it in.
Yeah, at least a Wall of Famer, probably a Hall of Famer after 1 weekend of spring training.
Look, you tune in, and his first at-bat, he goes off to the left center field wall with a double, 390 feet to the gap. It was great. It was great to see.
I love the levity of saying he has to hit the weight room. He knows. He knows what the conversation around him is. He's not going to hit a lot of home runs, but he's good at his job.
Stay healthy. Tear it up. And you know what? Like I saw this on my timeline. I thought he was a pretty good outfielder in AAA. I never heard anything bad about his play. And then
he played left field. That's the thing.
Okay.
As a concern is him playing center field.
Okay, gotcha. Because I saw a lot of conversation about that. I'm like, he looked really good out there in outfield. He made a nice grab coming up.
Again, at least a Wall of Famer after 1 weekend, potentially a Hall of Famer.
He's in a really important spot in that 9-hole. He could set the table up for this offense and get things going.
I do have to realize, because I was catching flack on Friday, I think it was the YouTube chat that was going after me, I'm very fluent in sarcasm, so I want to make sure everyone realizes that there was a sarcastic tone to that Wall of Famer, Hall of Famer.
Well, I think you could have the sarcastic tone with the fact that they went scoreless in the game, too.
That was pretty great.
Heck of a way to start the season. Already off and running.
That's our offense.
Oh, here we go.
If you were disappointed by the offense you saw in the winter in this city, just wait for the offense you get this spring.
That's a good trailer.
Thank you.
Nice work.
I was a voiceover guy in another life.
3-0 loss to start it off. But, man, come on. Crawford steps up first at bat. That's all you're really watching for, right?
Yep.
And he did exactly that in that game. Oh, by the way, it was carried by Toronto. I was watching a little bit here when I was live, so it was great to see that, man.
All right. One more young guy, and we talked to you, say just stay healthy.
Yeah.
We got a weird Bryce Harper breaking injury, health-related news while on the broadcast. We'll play that for you coming up, and we'll get to what you missed from the weekend. Just why is my question. What? I guess you're not thinking? We'll break down what Harper said and, just why do you got to let us know that? Why can't we just all wonder? I guess we all would have figured it out at some point anyways. We'll play that for you coming up next.
Harper going to be Harper.
He's Sean Brace. I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Gold it is. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. Team USA's hockey team defeated Canada Sunday after an overtime goal from Devils center Jack Hughes. It's the USA's first gold medal victory since 1980. NHL games will resume Wednesday as the Flyers will head to Washington to take on the Capitals. In the NBA, Sixers defeated the Timberwolves 135-108 Tuesday night. Tyrese Maxey was the star of the game, scoring 39 points. The Sixers will look to keep it rolling against the Pacers Tuesday. And in the NFL, the Combine starts Thursday. Saquon Barkley joined ESPN over the weekend and discussed his feelings towards Sean Mannion's offensive system.
I don't think I really came across a system like this, and it's refreshing. You get something new. You get to learn something new. As a competitor, you love it. You love the challenge of putting yourself in a new system, doing the things that you do really well, and also things that you need approval on and that they're going to challenge us to do.
Birds are looking for depth at the tight end, offensive line, and safety positions this offseason. The Phillies will take on the Nationals in their third spring training game of the season at 6:05 p.m., and the Union have off until Thursday, where they will take on the D.C. Defense. This update is brought to you by Audible. If the snow has you stuck inside, take care of you with the help of top voices in well-being on Audible. Sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Back in Middays with Marks alongside Sean Brace. I'm Ray Dunn. And so we just talked about the fact that I don't have a hotel room at this current moment, which I do. It's been booked. I got the email. I got the confirmation of a hotel room because we all stay in the hotel around here. And I get a text because Austin Jones, producing the program on YouTube today, doing a tremendous job. Sean Robin, our AP today, doing a great job. Patricia Caputo producing for us on the board. All people that have toughed the storm and real warriors of this industry to be here and be a part of this during this blizzard. Which, are we going to call this a blizzard of 26? Am I finally going to have something in 30 years to remind everyone that I experienced snow?
It technically, it is classified as a blizzard.
Okay, so this is the blizzard of 26.
Due to the winds, I believe, is what makes it reach that status.
Just because for so many years I've been reminded by people that they were a part of the blizzard of 96 I wanted a blizzard to be a part of so that in 20 years I could say, oh, kiddo, you don't remember the blizzard of 26 because I've gotten so many of those over the years with, the blizzard of 96 was wild. So glad that we could clear that up.
There you go.
So right now at 11 o'clock, my room is vacant. It's been vacated, and we put up on the screen because we're doing the little lower thirds. We've been updating our YouTube. This is why you got to watch on YouTube. And also, I've been told by Sean Robin he's disappointed in the first hour of YouTube chat comments. He doesn't think we're going to have a good YouTube chat recap today at 1:45. So that's a challenge to all you guys.
Make it happen here.
They put up a little banner, the lower third of Ray has no hotel room. And my mom, who watches the show on YouTube, is working right now. And she has us on mute because she's on a work call. And I just got a text. I'm reading on YouTube you don't have a hotel room. What happened to you? Are you okay? I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. She probably can't hear me because I'm on YouTube, but a nice, funny thing for me to have to work through here. And something Phillies are working through right now down in Clearwater, the health of Aiden Miller, who apparently has a sore back. We found this out because on the broadcast, Bryce Harper's talking about the youngster. And he's yucking it up with the broadcast crew and says this.
Yeah, if Miller could get off his butt and get in the game, that'd be nice. I'm just kidding. Aiden, I'm just kidding, buddy. I need him to get healthy because he could help us by the end, obviously. But no, I think
we could use him to get healthy. Oh, that's great. That's real encouraging. So the Phillies have to give you an update that he has a sore back. They're being cautious with him. That's fine. The end right there. He could help us in the end. Bryce Harper, what do you mean by that?
He means at the end of the season?
Does he mean at the end of the season? Or does he mean in the end, he's going to end up helping us at some point?
Yeah, I think that would be the read. First of all, it's hysterical that he puts that out there. I mean, he knows better. And the fact that he did, it's just funny, but that's Harper. Right? But, yeah, look, I think the writing's on the wall. This kid's really good, and they're watching it right now in front of them. All the hard work that he put in the offseason. He's getting the opportunity to get out there in the cages and perform in front of these guys, smashing bombs off the tiki bar out there in left field. If I'm not mistaken, he had one last week. So, yeah, he's impressive. So these guys are looking like, okay, this kid's ready for the show. Let's get him up here. And eventually will, but we'll see where he plays because that's the big question.
And that's the thing. Yeah. We did the whole conversation about, I forget who it was, Eric Carabell, I think, from ESPN, had the Aiden Miller be starting third baseman by Memorial Day was his bold take, and he's he'll compete for Rookie of the Year.
No shot.
Save injuries, and it would take an injury and then Sosa and Kemp both being bad.
Correct.
We know the way they progress they're through there, and they will also want him to get more reps at third base. So I don't think that's the case, but kind of the way they talked about Otto Kemp this offseason, where he's a championship player and he's the greatest thing that's ever happened to this organization. It's all right, they envision a world for Otto Kemp being a big part of this season, which it looks like he's going to be the platoon partner for Marsh out there in left field. That seems like the logical landing spot for him. Aiden Miller, the way they're talking about him, the way that Harper's talking about him, I don't think it's going to be Memorial Day. Heck, I think we might celebrate the 250th anniversary of America, and we're not going to have seen this guy in a major league uniform yet.
Sounds about right.
But if you're on that team right now, who's looking over their shoulder? Because we're all saying Alec Boehm. And for good reason. Last year of a contract, it's a place where, Miller can go play third base. Miller's a shortstop by trade. Middle infielder. And there's a middle infielder that they've been platooning now, though we were told he was a future batting champion. I'm not saying he's going to take Bryson Stott's job, but if we're looking at where in the field he could fit, I know there's been talk about, let him try some left field. Let him try the outfield. Let him see what he could do out there. I don't know how realistic that's going to be for him either. Then again, I did watch Rhys Hoskins in left field for a year, so try whatever you will to get a guy to be a part of the team. But if they need some pop right-hand side, could it be second base? Could we end up talking about him? Like, if Stott gets off to a slow start this season and Miller's raking down there, instead of rolling the platoon at second base, talking about initiating some more right-handed pop. We talk all the time about how left-handed heavy this lineup is. We've talked so much about third base. Could second base also be an option here?
I think so, right? And the fact that they were in pursuit of Bo Bichette was not going to play third. I don't think so. I
think he was. I think right now you're watching in spring training what we would be freaking out. Could you imagine? Sean Brace, the videos of him fielding at third base, us reacting every day?
Would not be able to handle that. That would not be good. So I think that would have been an option for him to go over to second, which he played in the World Series, and did not make an error at that time. Bo Bichette is not a good fielder, period, end of story. Shortstop, no matter where he's at. But regardless, that's the Mets issue. At this point in time, Aiden Miller, if you want to get that bat into the lineup, you got to figure out a way. And Bohm's not going anywhere. So Stott, pressure's on him. And that you pointed out, future batting champion.
Yeah.
I love Stott. I loved his approach. I mean, he hit 280 in that one season, and that was where I got a little carried away with my thought that Stott was the real deal, but he has struggled.
You're not the only one.
Correct, yeah. But so look, if Aiden Miller is as good as advertised, and he's showing what he has right now in front of everybody. Again, it's all new. What you thought about the kid or what you saw last year down at spring training, it's a different story. And these guys, what they do in the offseason and from one season to the next, the difference that they'll show you. I would imagine Aiden Miller is impressing people down there.
Yeah, and I'm just curious for people, this conversation, because I bring up second base, and it's not like I'm trying to run Stott out of town. But
I want the best lineup.
Right. We are so married to the idea that it's Bohm's job that's the one that's going to be lost. And it's because he's in his last year of his contract, and I know there's fatigue with Alec Bohm. But I'm just curious for people, where's the level of expectation for you for Bryson Stott? Like, to the point where it's just a foregone conclusion this guy that's been a middle infielder is just going to be a third baseman and just going to end up going and playing third base and take Alec Bohm's job. Long term, yes, potentially. But if we're talking about him impacting the team this year, and if they believe he could truly impact the team this year, I'm not just looking at saying, all right, the guy over there at third is the one that's got to go. I think there's a legitimate conversation about what role he could play if he's going to play a role for this season. If that's not at third base, I think potentially that's a place you could see him fit in if Stott's not what they expect him to be. And we've seen him be a platoon player now for, 2 years?
Yeah. No, you're right. And like I said, it's all about getting that bat in the lineup. He's got some serious pop, so I would love to see that happen. I just don't know. Like you said, it's just crowded infield. Bohm is not going to lose his spot, and that's sure as heck not going to happen before Memorial.
Oh, yeah, of course not. No. We had that conversation in a couple weeks. I was like, I don't think that one's happening. That's a little bold.
That would be bad news if that was the case. I mean, something bad happened to Bohm, obviously.
Yeah, that meant that Bohm went down basically in the next 6 weeks. Well, not 6 weeks. Next 4 weeks. Like either opening series, one of the first two series, we saw what they were last year, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to defend Bohm. Like I'm not I'm not buying a jersey. I'm at the point where he is what he is, and I've accepted that. I will say last July, if you go back and look at the splits for third base for the Phillies, they were bottom of the league in terms of production when it was Kemp and Sosa filling in there at third base for him. And it's all right, Bohm's not as bad as you think he is.
Yep. Agreed.
He's not. Bohm is a weird ground for an athlete where, for me, he's not as bad as he gets portrayed, but he's also not good enough where I'm going to be the Alec Bohm guy. Like I'm not just going to kind of plant the flag here and be like, yeah, I'm going to be the guy that stands up for this guy. It's like, all right, if you want to go after him, sure. I think it's low-hanging fruit for you, but I'm not exactly going to fight you over it.
Well, as Harper pointed out, he's in a really important spot, whoever is in that cleanup spot, and it's probably going to be Bohm to start the season. Mm-hmm. I think we're in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be him.
So he's in a really big spot. I would love to see more power numbers. I think we all would. Last year, only totaling up 11, but in his career high is 20. It'd be nice to get north of 20, but again, it's asking for a lot right now. But it is a contract year, so you don't know.
Oh. Kyle Fisher put in the YouTube chat, what's up, Kyle, saying that they're not going to play Miller just because one of the two of them are struggling. Understood on that one. Totally understood. But if he's banging down the door and it's like, oh, he needs to be up here.
Let him in.
And they're still platooning Stott and Sosa. It's like, could you justify right-handed pop in that lineup at the expense of that platoon? Like, I love Sosa as much as the next guy. I'm a big fan of Bryson Stott. But, let's look where reality is for this group. I'm not saying it's going to happen this year. I'm just saying as they start talking about, as Harper says, his in the end role this season, if he's here, I don't think it's just guaranteed Alec Bohm doesn't have a job this guy's the third baseman of your future. Like, I think it might be someone else. That could be one of the other places.
Could potentially be that.
All right. It was a busy weekend.
Yes, it was.
A lot happened this weekend. Sean Brace, please catch us up on what happened this weekend.
Yeah, from the weekend, Ray, and Trish behind the glass going to help me out here. Of course, it was a big college hoops weekend, and the Dogs were barking in a big way on Saturday. Number 4 Arizona, they're now top in the Big 12 standings with a win on the road in Houston. They were an underdog, 6.5 points dog in that one, 73-66, shorthanded. That is the first loss for Houston at home since February 1st of last year. Pretty good home squad there. Again, that is 2 teams that could potentially cut down the nets come March. Also, the upset from Saturday, freshman Cameron Boozer, you might have heard about him. And
once or twice.
Blue Devils, they took down Michigan 68-63. Yeah, Boozer went for 18, 10, and 7. Here's how it sounded.
Up top, Burnett a 3. No, the rebound fought for. Into the arms of Dame Sarr. Now Caleb Foster ahead to Evans and a dunk to say goodnight. 70-63. Duke gets it done. It's over in D.C. The Blue Devils win this heavyweight battle between the top 2 teams in the country.
It was mandatory viewing. I was on the air on Saturday just pumping up college hoops on that day, and it was a great game. Great game, 68-63, as you just heard. Duke Blue Devil Radio Network on the call.
I was going to say, that had to be the Duke call right there. Yeah, that's good stuff.
And Duke was an underdog in that one, man, and I know Michigan is no joke, but Duke should be the number 1 team in the country right now. We got a big one tonight, Kansas and Houston going at it, so that's going to be mandatory watching as well.
These Monday night games, it's absurd just thinking from like watching college programs operate. You're on a premier signature either Friday or Saturday game, and then the spin around time to you playing one of those 1 o'clock games. I think might be Kelvin Sampson, might be Houston, who's had a good record in that. I forget what I saw.
Bill Self.
Bill Self, that's what it is.
On Big Monday.
On Big Monday. Yeah. That's what I was wondering who it was, because I was watching Big Monday a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking about the level of coaching and the discipline it takes for a team to be able to spin around in 48 hours, go from game to game like that at that level. Because, I mean, the window for most of these teams is like a Saturday, Wednesday.
Sure.
Or like a Sunday, Thursday.
That's the way it used to be.
Right. And that's, I mean, I know from the American, that's kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
This year has been weird on the women's side. And I know I'm going a little deep into my own side of things, but it's been Saturday, Tuesday, which has been a weird, like, you have a lot more time from the Tuesday to Saturday matchup than you do from the Saturday to Tuesday matchup. Just to see coaches be able to spin around from a Saturday to a Monday or from like a Friday to a Monday like that over the weekend and get them going has been impressive. Bill Self is the one that'll be interesting to watch tonight.
Well, shout out to Duke and Michigan playing that at a neutral floor. Again, they don't have to schedule that. So that was great to get that there.
I know ESPN's pushing for more of that. I saw that report. They want more of that. They should do more neutrals.
Absolutely. Also from the weekend, UConn took down Villanova 73-63. Don't need to spend too much time there, but UConn was the better team from start to finish in that one. All right. Also from the weekend, big one. Father Judge goes back to back.
They roll the ball, but they really don't roll it very far. 12 seconds left.
Time to go.
The Judge can foul if they want. Yates puts up a wild shot, no good. Alenjai puts it up, no good. And Father Judge, from 27 years in between titles to 2 straight.
Bob Long on the call there, Mr. PCL himself. Great job covering the semis and yesterday's championship game on his YouTube channel. Great stuff there. As you just heard, Father Judge over Newman Goretti, 2026 Philadelphia Catholic League champions. 27 years. Pretty cool stuff there. Unbelievable scene at the Palestra. Ray Dunn.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Good for Judge. Back-to-back years. I mean, what they've been able to do with that program, I think this is the 4th year under Chris Roundtree. I want to say that he's been able to build it up, and they were impressive last year watching it all go down, and now, I mean, Derek Morton Rivera obviously has to be fired up for Temple.
14 points.
Yeah.
A little under the 30 that I set. But
yeah, I mean, it's all right.
It's a championship performance.
Gets a star. Yeah,
gets
a star.
Get the trophy. Really cool stuff there.
Get her in North Broad.
Credit to Newman Goretti battling back in the fourth quarter, making it interesting. As you just heard, though, 55-52 was your final score there. Nice work by Father Judge. Also from the weekend, no highlights in this one, but the Philadelphia Union opened up with a 1-0 loss on the road in D.C. That's not how you want to start the season. Of course, Ty Baribo, he had to find the back of the net.
Yep.
Always fun when that happens. But Union season is back, and we are rolling on.
right, that's the weekend
From the weekend, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
Catching us up to speed on everything you might have missed this weekend.
Big one tonight, college hoops. Like I said, Kansas and Houston. Got to lock in. March is right around the corner. I think we got 4 regular season games left for most teams.
Yeah, most teams.
And then we got conference tournament play and then selection Sunday, Ray.
Dude, it's right around the corner. February has flown by.
Who do you think's cutting down the nets? If I made you pick a team right now.
I love that Kansas team, but I'm Peterson's got me worried. That's kind of what it is. Like I don't trust him, and I don't trust that.
He played on Saturday, and they lost. They got smashed by Cincinnati. You don't see that happen often, but he is an interesting case study. And Bill Self, it's the fact that like he there was sound. We played it on Saturday. It was like he doesn't even know it. Like he couldn't give you an answer.
That's what concerned me for them for the weekend. I was like, I was big on Kansas, and then because the big, and forgive me, the name right now is slipping me. The development he's made year to year had me. I was watching them. You know me. I find myself in my hotel on the road, and it's just like, oh yeah, here's a Kansas game that I'm going to get way too invested in for about 40 minutes, and then it's all going to fall out of my brain within the next 48 hours. But I was impressed with them earlier this season, and I thought that they were with Peterson. We're in a good spot. But
yeah, it's a good.
If
team.
you had to pin me down and pick one right now, it's hard to go against Duke.
Are you talking about Bryson Tiller? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's
another kid. Well, they looked. It's Kansas. You know what they have over there. But Peterson's the real deal. He went for 7 and 17 on the day, 1 for 7 from downtown in that game. But again, he played the full 32 minutes here, so he didn't pull himself out at halftime or anything like that. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's always a good thing and you can play the full game. That's
making $3 million. He's like tapping out, coach. And Bill Self didn't have an answer. I
don't think he's going to go number 1.
AJ Debanta, from BYU is incredible.
Yeah.
And he's got the right work ethic. He had a comment from the weekend where he was like, man, I'll go out there and play every minute, whatever you need from me. Like, there's a lot to like about him.
Mm-hmm. All right, real quick, I want to spin something here because I saw this because we were joking about hanging out at the hotel. And this could be something good for the text line 610-632-0975 about people you'd want to hang out with. If you get snowed in, we'll make this Philadelphia sports because we got snowed in with the crew here. I don't think we need to be like, yeah, who at the Fanatic would you want me snowed in? We lived that. We actually lived that. That was actually the experience we had.
That was last night, yes.
Yeah, Ricky Batalico has finally emerged from the hotel. He's back. He's out. He's hanging out. Good to see him. He's taking the Bill Colarulo role of being here 75 hours before his show starts. So it's good. We going to get Bill today? Is he going to make it in, Ricky?
He said he was bored. That's why he came in. But
Ricky, is Bill making it in today?
Is Bill making it in today, he said. Yeah.
Oh, he's making it? Oh, good.
And Sill's on the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I think she'll be here.
Someone let her know that we were talking about the fact she's not going to make it in. She had to come defend herself.
Good news is, I didn't have to clean my car or anything like that.
No, that's kind of the awesome thing about this. It's also the reason why I'm staying another night because I know there's going to be nowhere to park in the city.
Oh, yeah.
Not a single soul moved today.
But I'm going to have to go home and shovel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, and you have to shovel quickly because you got to make sure your wife gets to the airport for a trip to Vegas that's happening.
I can't believe that flight's still going to be on time. We'll keep you locked on that one.
All right. Well, we had a group of, 7 of us last night hanging out. That was from the Fanatic. Yeah. So let's say a group of 5. You get to pick the 4 people through Philadelphia sports. Be snowed in, hanging out with. We'll let you get the break to think about that one. But
like
610-632-0975. I'll throw that one out there as a little aside for you. The 4 that you want to end up hanging out with throughout the day. Go into that a little bit. We opened up the conversation today talking about, obviously, Team USA winning gold. But the first question we had for you, if you could peek out over the chaos of the 6 weeks that follow the end of the season, talk about offensive coordinators, talking about who might retire, talking about who might not be here, are you able to say and feel better about where the Eagles are at and say they're in a solid spot? Because I do. I found the optimism for the first time this offseason. I'll be honest with you. This weekend, I see you got a great Eagles hoodie on today. I had my Kelly Green one. Like, I was about to pack it, and I was like, maybe I'm not ready to wear it.
You read that?
Oh.
They not like us.
Yeah, okay. Where'd you get that sweatshirt?
Mike Gracie, I think is his name. He does a great job covering all things dead. And, obviously it's custom, but, he's a big-time Philadelphia sports fan as well.
Ray's going to order one in the commercial break.
Yeah. So we asked you that question, and I saw the concerns already starting to trickle in. So I'm curious if you've been able to put yourself back into feeling good about where this team could be going from now, or if the scarring is still there from this season. You could jump in with us on that at 610-632-0975. And coming up, 76ers. It's not a feel-good conversation. They didn't win. We'll play you an awesome highlight from last night.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Maxey answered the bell. But I was asked today, oh, yeah, you feel better after last night? Take a little bit more to make me feel better.
It's a good question.
It's going to take a little bit more to make me feel better today. We'll get to that coming up. We'll get to some 76ers conversation, and later on this hour, get back into a little bit of the Team USA. We're going to need some tears to...
It's some free bird, baby.
Yeah, a little
Crank
bit
it
of
up.
tears to talk about here. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
No miracle needed. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. Team USA hockey team defeated Canada Sunday after an overtime goal from Devils center Jack Hughes. It's the USA's first gold medal victory since 1980. NHL games will resume Wednesday night as the Flyers will head to Washington to take on the Capitals. The Sixers defeated the Timberwolves 135-108 Tuesday night. Tyrese Maxey was the star of the game, scoring 39 points. Nick Nurse spoke to the media after the game on Maxey's production.
It's just an amazing mental adjustment for him to come in and have some tough games and then just really need him to have a great one, and he just does it. And then all of a sudden, everybody else gets lifted too, and that's what great players are supposed to do.
Sixers will look to keep it rolling against the Pacers Tuesday. The NFL Combine starts Thursday. Eagles looking for depth at the tight end, offensive line, and safety positions this offseason. And the Phillies will take on the Nationals in their third spring training game of the season at 6:05 p.m. Phillies have yet to win a spring training game after taking losses to the Pirates and Blue Jays. And the Union have off until Thursday, where they will take on the DC Defense. This update is brought to you by Audible. If the snow has you stuck inside, take care of your health with the top voices in well-being on Audible. Sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Oh, man. He jammed it with the left hand. He rises and scores. Maxey with a jam.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey dunking on Anthony Edwards.
That's correct.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal to me. Two guys, not just Anthony Edwards. That was an amazing. I think it was something that caught both of them by surprise. Throw down, you guys, with the left hand. Great call there by Tom McGinnis. As heard on these airwaves last night. Great stuff from Brandon Gunn and Sean Rodman, braving the blizzard of 26 and producing the game here. Which, Patricia, I'm to understand that a texter has taken issue with me calling it a blizzard.
Yes. So a texter did say it's not considered a blizzard because it failed to meet the visibility requirements. This texter is from Delaware.
Ooh.
From Delaware? They're buried under like 2 feet of snow, and they're worried about me saying it wasn't a blizzard. That person's not going to be able to get out of their house until Wednesday, and they're telling me it's not a blizzard. This was a blizzard. This was a blizzard. I challenge anyone to tell me. I mean, I guess someone just did, to explain to me why it's not a blizzard. It was a blizzard.
It says the National Weather Service defines a blizzard: considerable falling or blowing snow for a period of 3 hours or longer, with sustained wind or frequent gusts up to 35 miles per hour or greater.
This is a blizzard.
So I don't know if we got there. Did we get there with the wind?
It's the reduces visibility to at least 1/4 mile.
Yeah, now we're getting a little.
And that's what I don't think.
Now we're in the weeds.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Now you guys can't have a blizzard because I lived through 96.
She's just saying the truth. The technical
texter.
truth.
All right, you're right. That's fair. If it didn't qualify as a blizzard, then I guess we can't say it was a blizzard.
It's a blizzard.
It was a snowstorm.
It's a blizzard. All right.
I couldn't see when I was walking.
Right.
Correct.
It felt like a blizzard.
I could not see. Like I was trying to do a video, and I'm like, I can't even keep my eyes open.
No,
right
exactly. Yeah, I got ice pellets flying into my eyes, but because the visibility, it's not a blizzard.
Hey, that's funny.
I appreciate you listening,
Yes.
unnamed texter from Delaware.
Yes.
We love our Delaware
So
audience.
Delaware got hit a little bit more than we did.
I just saw Rehoboth Beach had like 18 inches listed on whatever. Yeah, so that's
It's bad there.
What's the Jersey Shore? What'd you get down there in Cape May?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people all along the Jersey Shore.
You got
14
a number?
to 22.
14 to
I've been
22.
told 13 inches as of right now.
Okay.
But Freehold, I believe, has about 20. 24, actually, I was told. I was told 24.3 earlier, very specific.
We'll go back to the weather report in a moment.
I'm done with snow. I'm out.
Yeah, this has to be it. This has to be
so
it.
done with
Austin
it.
just came in here and kind of ruined my week because he's like, oh, yeah, it's going to snow again Wednesday, and then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I was like,
I'm never
Austin,
going
come on,
home.
man.
I'm
No.
never going home.
That's
never
not.
going
That's
home.
not.
Speaking of never going home,
That
if
can't
it
be true.
snows Wednesday, it's going to be tough for the Sixers. The Sixers got the Pacers coming up. I guess tomorrow night, so they'll be okay to get home. But they have a 3-game road trip. It starts with the disaster in New Orleans. I mean, call it what it is. Like, that's just, you can't lose to that team in that space at that time. We still haven't seen Embiid. And it leads me to the point of that Maxey dunk was awesome. 39 points for Maxey last night. Great. Your all-star starter, Tyrese Maxey, doing his thing, guiding you to a victory there.
39.
Fantastic. Yeah. Wonderful. Good stuff from Maxey. That's what you needed. You need your star to step up when the tide's turning against you, and he did last night. But I'm not convinced the tide's turning back in the favor of this team right now. Just watching this team, there's something missing right now with this group.
It's called talent. That's what it is. Like the roster, we can kid ourselves with some of these guys that had moments. Like Barlow, it's just not good enough. And you clearly see it, the importance of Joel Embiid. That's easy. We understand the type of level he was at this year, MVP-like performance. But, to Tyrese Maxey for just a second, he went for 39 last night. If you don't get 35, 39 points from Maxey, you're not winning these games. Now, last night was a little bit different story because they ended up pulling away. But ultimately, and to ask Tyrese Maxey to give you 39 night in, night out, that's a lot. He's averaging, what's he averaging, 29 this season? That's right around where he's been for these last couple games, 27 against the Pelicans, 28 against the Hawks. He shot a little bit better yesterday, 16 of 28, 4 of 7, but you can't ask Tyrese Maxey to go out there and score 40 points. You just can't. It's not going to happen.
Well, and that's the concern with him throughout the rest of the season. We've talked about just the number of minutes he's played, how much they've already asked of him, how much they've already put on his shoulders, and here we are. Like last night, it's like, hey, man, you go get yours. And it does feel like at times, and I'm someone that advocated for Nick Nurse. So I want that to be very clear.
I think a lot of us were.
Yeah.
I don't really remember too many people going, Nick Nurse bad hire.
Well, right now, It feels like a lot of this. What I watch in the second half of these games is like, hey man, it's maxi ball out time, and that's like the way we're rolling this thing out. And if that's the only answer you have to this team right now, you're running them into the ground, and you're running. Then you're not going to be able to get this team where it needs to go. And this has been my biggest problem with them, and my biggest issue all season long is you don't have the runway to be losing a game in New Orleans like that. You don't have the runway to be going through these 4-game losing like that. Where they stand right now is 6th in the conference. Like, they're going to make at least the play-in. We know that. Like, if they don't make the play-in, we'll have bigger conversations anyways. They're going to be in the play-in. You want to see them avoid that. You want to see them hopefully get to a 5 or a 4. But the more and more I watch this team, the more and more I'm like, wow, this is a team that's just kind of battling with the, I don't want to call it mediocrity, but when they have Embiid, they're not mediocre. Problem is, they haven't had Embiid.
And also Paul George, right? Like, I know
that's something that should be sticking in the back of my mind.
PG was playing really well, and I'm not trying to make him out to be something that he's not at this stage of his career, but defensively was filling a role nicely, and of course, had some games where he was able to score 20-plus points. He's very capable of that. So somebody like that could help out when you have these sluggish offensive games like they did against the Hawks, like they did against the Pelicans. And I would imagine Paul George, if he's in the lineup, they're winning one of those games. Maybe the Hawks game at home, and that was really frustrating because of what took place the last time they were out on the floor, getting smashed by the Knicks, and then they come home and they lose that game. But you just have to be realistic with your expectations right now, and that's why, look, I'm a huge Maxey guy, and he's having a heck of a year. But you just can't go in going, you know what, he needs to give us 39 tonight or else they're going to lose. But he did, and they won. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Tomorrow night, they got to take care of business in Indiana against the Pacers. Like, that's, again, one of those games you look at on the schedule. Like, you looked at this 3-game road trip, and you probably should have. 2 wins was, like, bare minimum. I felt like I was asking for coming into this. Now you need that Pacers game to get the 2 wins. And then Thursday, it's going to be a big one down there at Xfinity Mobile Arena. They got the Heat. And you look at the standings right now, Heat are right there behind you. They're in the play-in right now. You are in the last playoff spot.
Well, there's only one team with a worse record than the Pacers at this point in time, and that's the Sacramento Kings, 12-46 on the season. The Pacers right now, 15-43. So, yes, you better win that basketball game. But, look, it's the NBA. If you're not putting it together, you could lose. I know that team is depleted and really struggling to suit up.
Yeah, everyone's also not trying to win. So
Correct.
That's a really good thing for them.
Yep.
So, just your Sixers update off last night. I got asked this morning. I did a little radio hit with the old Temple student radio, and they would the end of the call was like, "Hey Ray, you feeling better after last night?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry guys, I didn't mean to end the call like this, but I'm not feeling better after that Sixers game last night."
I'm shocked at the energy that this guy has. How are you doing it? I mean, you were right next to me last night.
Patricia can attest. There was like 3 people left at the bar.
Yeah, he closed the bar out.
I mean,
I closed down the
hill. You did a radio hit this morning?
It might be, honestly.
You're driving this show. I'm just like, please, thank you. Keep doing your thing,
They're
baby.
going to see him again tonight, and they're going to be like, come on again. Like, they're cleaning glasses. They're getting ready to leave. Ray's like, I got one more in me.
I always have one more in me. That's the story of my life right there.
I like that.
I'm not sure. There's probably last night is one of 2, man, this is kind of a tough moment for me. Like, closing down the Hilton Hotel bar is like a oof.
On a Sunday night?
Yeah.
The snow, though.
Yeah, obviously. And we are conditioned from when we're young. When we see snow, brain turns off. My brain turned off. I was hanging out, having a good time, hanging out with everyone last night. The only other time that comes close to that is I closed down 2 different airport Chickies and Pete's.
Ooh.
It was actually when I was flying to go call the Union game down in Atlanta.
How about that?
And there was a massive. I flew separate. There was a massive thunderstorm that day, and everything got delayed throughout the day. So my flight just kept getting later.
Oh, that's always fun to deal with.
Oh yeah. So like you're hanging out at the one terminal, Chickies and Pete's, like, yeah, we're closing, and I was like, all right, fine, and like I still had like 2 hours to go until I was leaving on the flight. And I was like, I think Terminal C might still be open.
Terminal C's good spot.
It's a good spot.
Yeah.
I went down there.
C's good.
Also closed that one down. And it was like, my flight is still like an hour away.
Ray Dunn's a legend.
I
love it.
Rumor has it he still has a tab there that he has to pay.
Yeah, I heard we had some skaters. Ricky Bo said we had some skaters at the table. Some people skated on a bill. I can promise you, my tab was nice. I did not skate.
I walked right up there. I was like, I owe you.
It was a little, it was a little packed up, so the lady was just bringing them. But
Yeah,
it was a fun time.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
Good time.
it was good to be out there. Look, I was on a text message in the group where I had nobody's number.
That's great.
So I'm new to the team, so it was good bonding, good experience out there.
And you don't want to be that person that's like, can everyone put their names in the group chat? But I was almost that person as well.
Nice.
All right, coming up, I want to get back to the Team USA win yesterday.
Yes,
and
please.
you told me that we're going to drink Canadian tears.
Yeah, we got some Canadian tears we could have some
So
fun with.
is this people being upset of the 3-on-3? Like, you don't have to obviously tell me the whole segment coming up, but like, I just don't understand watching it and just playing the what if. You lost.
Yeah.
You lost. So we'll get to that coming up. Canada's
it's their
upset.
sport. It's their sport.
Right.
Starts and ends there.
I guess. I don't know.
And now they're not on top. We own them.
It was
Now-
their sport.
You're damn right.
Question for a sport that is ours that could be taken from us by Canada. I got that coming up because I'm actually kind of concerned this could happen to us. We're all celebrating hockey right now. I get a little worried.
All right.
Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, I guess I'm in the wrong. So
What do you got?
this whole blizzard thing. So it's not a blizzard. We got a text saying that 6ABC, that after all that fun we had hanging out with 6ABC last night, now they're poo-pooing me. They're saying it's not a blizzard.
It is not
Correct.
a blizzard.
Not a
Yes.
blizzard.
Okay. Look, I'm fine with it. It's, we got to be correct with the terminology. We can't just throw stuff out there. No fake news over here. All right.
It was a blizzard to me. It's a feel fact, man. You know, like
That's the way it should be, right? It should
Right.
be like a field test.
Right.
Was that a blizzard? Well, look outside. Number one, there's plenty of snow. And number two, the wind was whipping. Yes,
Right.
it was a blizzard.
Yeah,
But
man.
technically, no.
Technically not. Like
So it was just a snowstorm is what
yeah,
qualified.
I guess just a really, really heavy snowstorm. So I lived through the heavy snowstorm of 26. That's a lot of fun to say, boys. Put that on the headline. Yeah, print those T-shirts out.
That is great.
And Kyle's making fun of me because all I had to do was walk across the street from a hotel to
Amen.
and it's obviously I'm not the one out there. Appreciate everyone that's out there actually plowing the roads, taking care of everything. I saw people shoveling out today,
Yeah.
shoveling out the sidewalks.
I was impressed with the sidewalks.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
Shout out to everyone out there doing that today because obviously we're not doing heavy lifting here. We are this is very, very much just doing our jobs. We're not doing anything crazy.
Hey,
here.
speak for yourself. I got to go home and shovel.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Everyone's coming after me because I don't have to shovel. It's like, yeah, I rent in the city. Like, I'm in an apartment complex. Like,
You're paying for it somehow, just not having.
well, I'm paying for it in the fact that I'm not going to find a parking spot for the next 3 weeks if it's anything like the last snowstorm.
I will tell you this much though. Shout out to Vito with the the secret, the hidden gem of like, hey, if you're going to park your car, you might want to do it
In the
over
garage.
here.
Yeah.
So I am walking into a nice, clean car.
Yes.
Nothing on my windshield, nothing on the roof. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, everything I have is in my car right now because I thought I was leaving the hotel and not going back. But yeah, no, it's fine. I'll walk with you to the garage.
Gotcha.
All right. Team USA.
Yeah, baby.
Wins gold yesterday. That was awesome. Again, thoroughly enjoyed the hockey. I enjoyed the 3-on-3. I know, hot take here. Guy that's more about the entertainment of the sport than the sport itself enjoyed the entertainment of the sport.
Again, the 60 minutes before though, you weren't entertained by that?
Right, but I love
That's hockey.
the pit in the stomach of watching
you didn't have a pit in your stomach for 60
I
minutes?
did, but that 3-on-3 opens it up in a whole different world.
You're right.
Like the opportunities that are there, not many deflections, you're getting pucks on the net. All
That's right.
You're causing chaos.
Deep in the zone, baby.
That's right. Get those pucks deep, man. Please.
Love it.
I'm pucked up, man.
Look, that game, and I know you're going to get to overtime, but it starts for the goaltending. The penalty kill. How about the 5-on-3 that they stopped in the
that they
first period? I believe United States was perfect penalty kills all throughout the tournament. 18 for 18. I want to say that that's correct.
That's a good feel fact on that one too.
Blizzard and yes,
Yeah.
18 for 18. Yes, I promise you. I mean, look, and if they weren't, great in that category, who knows what happens? There was one game, what was it, against Sweden? That was the tight one. That was the overtime. And then yesterday, you had to be perfect.
Yeah. There is nothing better to celebrate the 250 years of America than when you're undermanned, living up to your potential, and ended up winning that one.
And I'll tell you, man, just as far as sportsmanship, there was lack of that from Canada
Yeah,
afterwards.
please take me through the Canadian reaction.
Well, I want to, and the polar opposite, and the complete opposite, of course, is what took place with the United States. Now, I get we won, but Gaudreau and the family and the kids out there, again, welted up, man. I literally had tears coming to my eyes. I know I was not alone. What a scene, what a moment, and it's just a shame because obviously both of those brothers were taken far too soon last summer. But for somebody that doesn't know exactly a lot about hockey when it comes to like the ins and outs, like I watched the game, I watched the Flyers, I watched the league, I love the playoffs every year, right? But I don't realize how important Johnny Gaudreau was to these guys. Like they literally think of him as a brother and what he was able to do in 7 years in Calgary, and just pretty cool stuff to read about him again today. So again, man, I got goosebumps talking about it right now. Just what a moment. And that's you talk about the Olympics. And I think Team USA, again, feel fact, set a record for most gold medals. 12.
Feels right.
Yeah, feels right.
Yeah.
That's the moment. That's the moment that we will always remember. The Gaudreau, kids out there, and the jersey being hung up, and just what an insane moment on television. But on the flip side, Ray, Canadian tears and just the sportsmanship or lack thereof that we're seeing. And it's just funny to me because, you expect better from Canada.
You would think.
I thought so. I thought, these are stand-up human beings.
Yeah.
But these are a lot of people that I follow, too, on social media, guys that are in the media, including this dude, True Adam. He checked it. He said the United States Mickey Mouse run to the gold medal. Easiest division in Olympics. Faced Slovakia in the semis. Canada didn't have Crosby, Morrissey, or Point in the final and still got dominated. Saved by 3-on-3 hockey. Come on, man. And then we also had this guy, biggest fluke in sports history. This is Alex. He works for, I believe, the Score, if I'm not mistaken. Field test on that. Congrats to the Americans. Never beat Sid when it counted and needed a 3-on-3 bounce. Get out of here. But you know what takes the cake is McKinnon. And this was really, just poor post-game comments, behavior, and, for you to sit there and say, quote, you be the judge of who was the better team today. Nathan McKinnon.
Right.
That guy's been in the league a long time. He's a stud. And that's what you say? Come on, man. Scoreboard, Holmes. Scoreboard.
Also, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the run to get into the tournament, the actual qualifying, they were just rolling people.
Canada?
No,
USA.
USA. Yeah, and okay, you won in overtime, back-to-back games. That always drives me nuts. It's not like the old NFL overtime rules where one team got the football, they scored, it was over. That's just it. They were making that case where, you could win the face-off, and if you just go down and score, that could happen. You know who won the face-off?
Canada.
Yeah,
I was going to say, didn't they?
Yeah, you had the opportunity to close the door. To me, it's crazy. I also love the term Mickey Mouse, whatever. Did Adam Silver think when he was creating the bubble that half a decade later we'd be sitting here and everything in sports that people hate is just called Mickey Mouse this, Mickey Mouse that?
It's funny.
It's a tremendous term that has come out of, again, nothingness in that sense of it was just the bubble. People didn't want to give LeBron credit for winning a ring in the bubble, and it became a Mickey Mouse championship. And now everything that you hate in sports is Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And it doesn't count. And, to the credit of Mickey Mouse,
I would take a Mickey Mouse championship just so
I would take
on the
that,
record.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm also team the 2021 NBA season was faker than the 2020 season, but that's a whole different world. That's
yeah, you have to catch me up on that one.
Yeah. Right. Sixers were the 1 seed that year, and that roster that the Sixers had was not a 1 seed for that season.
Gotcha.
They lost to the Hawks that year. Trae Young went to the Eastern Conference Finals. And if that's not Mickey Mouse, that's more Mickey Mouse than LeBron winning a ring, for sure.
Well, one of our big players ended up losing his heart in that series.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, no, that year was fake. 2021 was a fake year of basketball. Doc Rivers was the 1 seed in the 2020s. We're going to look back on that and be like, what in the world were we thinking? What in the world were we doing? But to the point of that reaction that Canada's having, I am interested because we have taken Canada's game. If you look at the talent they're pumping out there basketball-wise, SGA.
Oh, yeah.
They've slowly started to put together a solid national team. Today, obviously, I want to celebrate Team USA winning, but this is not a rest on our laurels type of conversation here, all right? Our world domination when it comes to sports needs to continue in the ones that we've already won. We've taken hockey, but, the Seinfeld episode where he's even Steven, he throws $20 out the window, finds a 20 in his pocket. That episode, I can't have a little even Steven here with Canada. I want to make sure we're taking care because I do worry about the future of USA basketball in the sense that, we're still obviously going to be great, but, the guys that I watched win a gold a couple of years ago, but now the time we get back to the Olympics in 2 years, I worry about, LeBron's going to be old. Steph's old. KD's old. And they were the ones carrying the weight for that team to win a gold. I don't want to see us get repaid in 2 years in the sport that I think that we dominated. That's all I'm saying.
Tyrese Maxey, step on up.
Yeah, somebody needs to for this team.
Ant. Yep.
And we saw him there. I'm just saying. That's
Joel Embiid.
They don't win that goal without Joel. Listen, say what you will, everyone. They put me in this chair. I'm going to fire that one. That semifinal game against Serbia, they would have lost. No Joel, they would have lost. All right. Call it a Mickey Mouse gold medal if you want. Call whatever you want for Embiid's Olympic run. We don't win gold in America without Joel. That's an American hero.
It starts with Steph, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
One leg. And against Serbia, he's able to do enough for them to win that semifinal game.
That was a great run. Those games were entertaining.
Yeah. They were. It's great.
Just trying to think of did I enjoy the Winter Olympics a little bit more? I watched a ton this year. It all falls into the timing, right?
Yeah.
as long as it's not on the other side of the world and it's like, okay, I'm able to watch some stuff live.
I enjoy summer more, but I realized because my palate for sports is a little bit more like
You a big
open at that
break
time.
dancer?
Yeah, actually, that's Ray Dunn. Like we actually coordinated that. We're doing an act at the next one.
Nice.
You know the dancer, the
No.
Australian one that was terrible.
How
you know
did
this.
you know his
That's her
name?
name.
I know
it was
who
her,
is, but
right?
how did
It
you
was
guess
her.
It was a girl, right?
Yes.
Reagan.
I knew someone that was their Halloween costume. That's how I knew the exact name.
Impressive
I was,
pull.
Yeah. Getting to what's coming up for us here, because we got the news at noon with Patricia Caputo coming up at noon. Excited to be able to grade someone else's news at noon. Always a thrill for me in this seat. We'll go back to the Birds, and Bill Barnwell put out a story today on ESPN talking about players you'd be intrigued to see their market the rest of the season, this offseason, coming up in this offseason. A certain Eagle finds his way into that story. We'll talk about that guy, whether or not we expect to have him back, and what it means for this team going forward. Reset our Eagles conversation from earlier. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Gold it is. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. Team USA's hockey team defeated Canada Sunday after an overtime goal from center Jack Hughes from Devil Center, the USA's first gold medal victory since 1980. NHL games will resume Wednesday night as the Flyers head back to Washington to take on the Capitals. The Sixers defeated the Timberwolves 135-108 Tuesday night. Tyrese Maxey was the star of the game, scoring 39 points. Sixers will look to keep it rolling against the Pacers Tuesday. In the NFL, the Combine starts Thursday. Saquon Barkley joined ESPN over the weekend discussing his feelings towards Sean Mannion's offensive system.
I don't think I really came across a system like this, and it's refreshing. You get something new. You get to learn something new. As a competitor, you love it. You love the challenge of putting yourself in a new system, doing the things that you do really well, and also things that you need approval on and that they're going to challenge us to do.
Eagles will look for depth at the tight end and offensive line and safety positions this offseason. The Phillies will take on the Nationals in their third spring training game of the season at 6:05 p.m. Phillies have yet to win a spring training game after taking losses to the Pirates and Blue Jays, and the Union have off until Thursday where they will take on the D.C. Defense. This update is brought to you by Wendy's new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion. Try Wendy's new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie pieces. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's and Girl Scouts of the USA. I'm Patricia Caputo on the Sixers, Flyers, and Union's home, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
o'clock hour of Middays with Marks here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It's brought to you by Service First. HVAC offers 0% financing for 48 months. Rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com.
I can't believe people lost power, man. That's terrible. And you heard Andrew in the morning without heat.
Without heat. Worried about Coop and Christy and the whole crew over there out there.
As he's, in the nice hotel comfort living.
Yeah. Super Mario Brothers.
The family's all
hour number 6.
cuddled up on the couch. There's nothing you can do about it. It's tough, though. But, man, if you lost power, that's tough.
I love Salciunas. Pulled the ultimate Irish exit yesterday.
Did he?
Oh, for sure. You just turned around. He was gone. All my stuff, because I didn't get a room until like 7:30 or so. And Salciunas was like, you just leave your stuff in my room. He was gone. And I was like, hey, man, like, is it cool if I like come get my stuff now? It's like, yeah, I went upstairs to eat a hoagie. I just never came back. Good for him.
Chilling.
This morning on the show, he said he ate dinner with his wife over FaceTime.
Oh, that's sweet. There you go. See, now that makes me a bad guy.
So maybe he was getting the call. That was my assumption, because yesterday I was like, wait, did Andrew, where'd he go? All of a sudden I was like, he's not here anymore. But I think it's a valid reason.
Yeah, of course.
That's not how my phone call went with my wife, that's for sure. Definitely a whole different story there. Kind of like the opposite ends of how Canada was acting and USA was acting after that game. That's where I was.
There was Canadian tears in your call.
What are you doing right now? I'm like, hanging out with the new crew.
Yeah.
Making a name for myself, apparently. It's all right.
Listen, there was a couple people at that kind of circle with us making a name for themselves there.
I love it. Good times. Good times.
Yeah. We made friends.
Yeah.
We made a lot of friends last night. We did.
It was funny, though, because Adam Joseph was really cool, really down to earth. And, like, he wanted to talk to me first. I'm like, oh, Adam, you're a nice dude. Like,
6 ABC crew was great.
Yeah. Very nice.
Thoroughly enjoyed our time hanging out with them. All right. Patricia Caputo was one of the people that closed down the Hilton Bar in City Ave last night. A ton.
How many waters with lemons?
Straight waters.
For someone who doesn't drink, I closed down the bar.
Yeah.
Good. I like that.
All right. It's the news at noon with Patricia Caputo.
News at noon with Ray Dunn. News at noon with Dunn.
Forgot we didn't switch that out on the board.
That's good. He actually sent us one. He sent us one on Saturday on his way to the airport. He sent us another one, yeah. He loves the parody songs.
He does.
I'm working on one, too, as well. I got a good one as well.
It is one of the things that he and I have bonded over, the fact that our brains work in really dumb radio, like, promotional bit ways. Like, we don't see things like a normal human. We see things in content. And I think you're the same way in that. I think it's what has brought us all together here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That was Johnny Marks.
Oh, that was John?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that didn't really sound like him. Honestly, it threw me off so much because I was expecting the news, and then I was like, did I press the wrong thing?
No,
Looking on the board.
This city needs its news. Nope, it was John Marks singing a remix of the thong song to
I like it.
Ray Dun 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 Dun.
I like it. I was just a little thrown off. I was like, oh no, here I am messing up. And I don't know how to fix it. Okay.
No.
Good to hear.
No, it's actually my fault.
No, not
As
your
are
fault.
most things on this program.
I like it. I like the transition. I think it's good and a good honor that Marks is in 50-degree weather and not in a semi-blizzard.
He's not in a blizzard.
Yeah.
Not a blizzard.
They're
We
coming
lived
at
through
you
a
on the
blizzard.
text board. So
We lived through a blizzard.
Yep.
we got Minnesota people coming at us like saying this is not a blizzard.
Is it
So we
Rob
don't even
from
know.
Minnesota?
Yes,
I love
it
you,
is.
Rob, but
We don't
leave me
even know.
alone.
We don't even know.
You chose to live in that.
But what we do know is that Jared McCain is now at the OKC. And the OKC, as we know, however you feel about the trade, they are a fun young team. I will give them that. They're fun at their pressers. They're fun at the post games. Nick Gallo's the guy who's kind of their lead reporter. They're always having fun with him, putting glasses on, and they did the same thing the other night. Jared McCain goes off 21 points, 23 minutes. The other night, yesterday, beat the Cavs 16 minutes, 10 points. But the other night, after the post-game presser, they're like, you're not done with the presser. That's what the team's telling Jared McCain. And Jared kind of plays it off. And then he has one more thing to say. Just take a listen.
Appreciate you.
He's perfect for that team. I don't think the Sixers should have let him go, but I think he's going to have the time of his life there.
That was him barking.
Yes.
Which hurts us all even more here.
Yes, 100%.
Like, do you think Maxey and Edge come after that loss in New Orleans on Saturday night, like get on the plane, maybe like tune into a little OKC action, and just like see Jared McCain barking into the camera and like, man, maybe if we actually used this guy here in Philadelphia, we could have still had him. Or maybe if we just didn't duck the tax and make that deal with whatever you want, even if you think there was another deal in place.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Right? Koenig hopped on. And remember, Maury said, I'll talk to the reporters afterwards. And I guess that's when he fessed up and gave the reporters, some of that news that he did not put on the press conference. So the reality of the situation was they were trying to make another move. However, the facts is they did not. And that's where we're at right now. And that's trouble when you see Jared McCain go down to Oklahoma City. Oh, by the way, led the team in scoring that night.
Yep. What, 21 points, right?
3 of 6 from downtown.
I saw
he's barking in the post game.
And he turned 22 that day. That was his birthday.
Right, yeah. So he turned 22 because in this league, when you have a young guy that can shoot and handle the basketball at the level that Jared McCain does, what you do is actually move off of them. I'll never understand. I'll never be okay with it. I saw my buddy Sixers Adam put out one of the last stories he did on McCain was about like how he's trying to get back to relocating, all the fun like X's and O's of like that Adam attacks so deeply on Philly Voice where he goes into like one of those like thousand word things where I'm like, man, you just know hoops. And McCain, I'm watching him play and I'm watching these clips come out and I'm just watching like, oh yeah, so when McCain's used properly, he actually looks, like kind of a serviceable NBA guard. And it's almost like a guy that hurt his hand at the beginning of camp. Maybe he would have struggled shooting the basketball coming back. Also, when he was getting spare minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
What you've done, Patricia, is a wonderful job by you in the first segment of News and Noon. You've set me into the tailspin, the spiral, where I'm just upset all over.
Well,
exactly my plan.
Another thing too is you see guys like Barkley. Of course, we know what we're going to get with Charles Barkley, but there are other people that cover the league in more detail. Let's just put it that way. And they are even throwing their hands up in the air, going, "What the hell did Maury do?
What are we doing here?
What? Why did you move Jared McCain?" And I was not trying to make a big deal about it. We knew what he was doing. We knew what he was capable of. But I thought that there was a method to the madness from Daryl Morey's perspective. Apparently not.
Apparently not.
All right, let's keep it on with the NBA. Charles Barkley is now proposing what teams can do to avoid tanking. He has a few options, but we're just going to go over one because it's too long if we went through everything. I don't want to set Ray completely off. But Charles Barkley has an idea that I don't think team owners would necessarily like, but I think it might be a good idea.
It's not fair to your fan base. I've always suggested this rule. I don't think any NBA team should be able to raise their ticket prices if they're below 500. I've always said that. You cannot raise your ticket prices if your team is below 500. I think they should make that a rule in every sport, to be honest with you.
Where do I vote?
Yeah, I'm in. Well, you're telling me as a fan, I want ticket prices to go up? No, I'm in on this one.
He's a single issue candidate there. I'm in.
Right.
Yeah, you got my vote, Charles.
Yeah. That's a good one. I thought we were going to go down the Galveston path again. Or, your team finished under 500. You send that. You all right?
Yeah. You just see that?
Yeah.
That's a bad taste.
Yeah. You've been
kiwi guava?
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 Yeah,
guava. Yeah, bad. Ugh.
Yeah.
Celsius flavored. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I got. I got a case at the house, so I put it in the backpack.
Fair enough.
Barkley, though, he's going to give it to you real, and that's great. But all in all, the tanking is a real issue. And we were talking a little bit about it on Friday where, look, the GMs need to be honest with it,
right.
But they're not going to because at the end of the day, you're talking about some really big-time players that are available at the top of this draft. Find a way to get them. Okay, well, you have to lose.
Yep.
So now you trade for the stars and then immediately put them in, season-ending surgery, whether it's DC or Utah Jazz are doing that. And that's smart because you can't prove it. These guys are getting surgery.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, that rule is interesting. I do know from, the season tickets that I'm a part of, I did not have mine raised, and this is a team that's above 500.
Wow.
So I'm imagining, like, this is something that would be easier to enact than you would think, but, like, easier in the sense of, like, business-wise, it could make a decent amount of sense. There's no way in the world the owners are going to sign off on it because they want to be able to raise the prices, and there's ones that fear that they'll be under 500 for a decade.
One thing I will say, ticket prices, I get it.
Yeah.
Concessions. We have gotten way out of control with the prices of concessions. It is absurd what they are charging.
I know.
All right? I'm down those arenas. We're at arenas a lot. And I'm just like, yesterday I looked, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm paying that.
At the Palestra, I spent $7.25 on a Sprite.
Wow.
On a Sprite.
I would bring snacks to LSU games and put them in my bag and sneak them in because I just refuse to buy food. I think I bought a pretzel one time because I was like, no, I'm paying to go here. I'm not buying food. It was the principle for me.
A hot dog, $7. A hot
No way.
dog.
Yeah,
Come
no.
on, people.
You could put that in your pocket and sneak it in.
You know how bad concession prices are? Caputo's breaking rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I don't drink, so I have to offset it with bringing in my little snacks.
Caputo has broken a rule, which I didn't think was possible.
But at LSU, they didn't care. It just had to be wrapped. It could not
It's the
be
South.
open.
Well, you could
Yeah.
do that. You could do that with Phillies games. You
Right,
bring
the hoagie.
The hoagie in, yeah.
Get the hoagie in there, yeah. Which I'm a fan of.
Yeah, look, I guess I got to start bringing in my own booze. All right, no issues there. Works for me.
I think that's the one rule you can't.
No. I'm sorry.
That's no. Actually, what I do is I just have so much in the parking lot that it wears off by the
You don't need any more.
Nice.
You're sobering up during the game.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, I go.
Used to do the airplane bottles way back in my college days. Those are those were fun times. The game would end and you look on the ground by your feet and there's 100 of empty airplane bottles around you. Yes.
All right, what's the last one?
Okay, last one. Bringing it to the Olympics as we put a bow on all of this. I must say, little artistic moment to close it out with Primavera from an Italian composer. It was just amazing. Love that song. And then to have it closed out with the flowers and everything. Really, really great production, talking from a standpoint like that. But listen to the sports show, so let's bring it back to sports. Sean, you said you're a big Mike Tirico guy.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people were a big Mike Tirico guy.
I was first.
Yesterday. You were first because
look at my
yesterday,
timeline. I was praising Tirico way back in the day.
you probably had it in your bio at some point right before the Jalen Hurts guy, maybe. But Mike Tirico last night I guess yesterday morning, after the USA Hockey, kind of had this closing statement to say, and people were raving about it on Twitter. So take a listen.
So for all the young people out there, not just the hockey, but all the Olympics you've watched, those dreams are formed now. Go chase them and go get them. Because our country loves sports, and it brings us together unlike anything else. And if you didn't know that, if you haven't been watching the last 2 weeks, you saw it in Team USA Hockey, winning the gold over their arch rival Canada here in Milan to wrap up these 25th Olympic Winter Games.
With Freebird in the background.
Pretty special.
Can I say something? And I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Patricia. I do love I use that phrase way too much for a guy that works on radio. Can I say something?
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's kind of my
It's
job.
your job, yeah.
It's also like the alternative of the people who are like, I don't like that guy. He talks too much, and they're talking about a radio host. It's like, I got bad news for you. How we make a living.
Kind of what,
Yeah, kind of like what we're supposed to do.
Microphone on,
Yeah, but can I say something here about Tirico? He's fantastic, and I love the love that's being shown for him.
Are you about to say a butt?
Yeah, but bring the mood down,
But
Ray.
I'm getting concerned. Because you know what happens when the mainstream loves something so much?
They go to Amazon.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Then we start to get the counter mainstream that don't actually believe that they are against the thing, but they are just going to be against the thing because everyone likes the thing.
Okay.
And Tirico right now is like as high as we can get in terms of approval rating for a broadcaster. There's going to be somebody over the next couple of days that does the anti-Tirico thing, and it'll make me upset. And I know that. I'm already getting upset thinking about it. This is not a Tirico criticism because I think Tirico's fantastic. It's a criticism of society. When something's so fantastic that everyone agrees on it, there has to be the one guy. There's going to be the one guy coming up soon. And I'm upset at that guy already. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're a sick ticket how your brain works. I like it.
Yeah, you just got to scroll past that comment.
I can't, man. My brain's broken. I was raised in the wrong generation. I care what that Twitter
We're in the
user
same
says.
generation, right? You just got to scroll past it.
And we covered this all yesterday. Your willpower, 10 times what I've got.
He's flawless. He really is.
He's tremendous.
With his calls, he's flawless. He doesn't flub.
Nope.
And like I said, he does it all from studio, interviews, game action, Super Bowl, everything. Like it's really impressive to see him and the way he works. That stuff that he had yesterday, I don't know if that was off the top of his head, something he was concocting, maybe whatever, but it's something that we were all feeling
but
the moment.
You can try and run those things in your head, and there's a chance that you still flub it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like speaking from experience. I've had a ton of thoughts in my head that I'm like, oh, this will sound really good, and it's like in practice, it's like, no, you stink.
No.
But maybe he practiced it beforehand, like in the mirror the night
But
before,
even if
just in case.
Mike Tirico's not talking to him.
You're right.
No way.
Not anymore.
He
maybe.
might give himself one of these. Hey, You called the Super Bowl and the Olympics in 1 month, buddy.
You know what?
Welcome to the month of Mike.
If there's someone that could talk to himself in a mirror, it's definitely Tariq at this point in time. He's a tremendous talent, and like I said, just doing it all from the Super Bowl, Olympics, whatever. It's just, and that can't be easy, right? Like, you have to, because you can't get out there and not know the product. Like, you got to know everything, X's and O's. You're in front of how many eyeballs, and like you got to know the third offensive lineman on the depth chart. You got to know the Hughes' story and where they you got to have all of it.
Right. It's encyclopedia brain, which is insane. Like I just
by the way, you got to go ahead and form sentences and talk in a microphone and look good and all that.
Yeah. Be like Tarico. Yeah. So I'm just saying, I'm mad at that person already.
That bank account's got to be nice.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, for sure.
He's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing well. I'm sure that plane that he flew from Super Bowl to Italy was not bad.
No, I would have been.
Probably no turbulence.
No Chickies and Pete's closing it down. Sea terminal. No, he gets his own.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the birds here.
Speaking of flying, I love the private jet commercial that airs now on ESPN with what was it, John Elway? He's like, "Hey kid, you need a ride?" The old man and then the kid are stuck at the airport with their own private jet.
I have not
got
seen
canceled.
This one.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Maybe it's just my algorithm at home with YouTube. But
could be, but that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love. Now we're in the the private jet commercials.
I'm shocked that Herb Street didn't get that ad. I'm shocked that it was Elway.
He should have gotten that ad.
He made an appearance on the timeline yesterday. Couldn't help himself.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see.
Herbie.
It's not football season.
No, but Tarico nailed it, though. One last thing real quick.
Yeah.
What he just said, right? We all felt it. And we all need a little bit more at this point in time of our lives, right? A little bit patriotism, USA, USA. In that moment, that was awesome. We joked about this last week where we were just having fun before the show. Is there anything that we could agree on? Anything. Well, in that moment, everybody was in agreement. Yes, beat Canada.
Jack Hughes is awesome. You know?
Is he with Tate McRae, too?
So I didn't want to have this conversation, but like Jack Hughes, you have probably the biggest star out of Canada right now that you're rumored to be dating, and you beat Canada in the Olympics. The guy, like,
he's on fire right now.
Yeah, Captain USA here. Like, the guy's got my respect.
John said he's probably going to make over $30 million in his lifetime now after making that goal with endorsements and everything. So, yeah.
Tate made that last month.
You're right. You're right. But for an NHL hockey player, what is he? How old is he? Young.
We did this whole thing with Travis and Taylor and the whole thing. That's the ideal setup for me. All right.
She walked by me.
Tate McRae?
Yeah.
When?
I did I was the voice of God for Jingle Ball.
Oh.
And she performed. 2 years ago?
Yes, it was 2 years ago because I was attempting to get tickets to that show.
Oh, you should have hit me up, man, if you know me then. But I was.
Oh, Sean, I'm this no-name producer. Woo. We work in the same industry, though. You mind hooking me up with tickets?
Very,
very.
What she looks like in person or on television is what she looks like in person.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I was getting tickets for
Dapped up Usher. Who else did I meet? Usher was tiny. Yo. Usher is a small human being.
I believe it.
Small. Dapped him up. Who else, man? Yeah, it was pretty cool. Shabuzi.
Yeah, we got any more A-listers?
Jelly Roll was a massive human being. I don't know how much weight he lost, but let me tell you, when he performed a couple years ago, that was the biggest dude I've ever seen in my life, and not in a good way.
He looks good now.
And then he true story behind the scenes, he said he wasn't feeling well. And he was supposed to do like a little bit of a meet and greet.
Oh.
So he kind of stiffed some people, but whatever, regardless.
Oh.
And then sent somebody out to go get cheesesteaks. So somebody came back with like 10 cheesesteaks, for him. But, that was a couple years
10
ago.
10 cheesesteaks?
Yeah, 10 cheese. Him and his crew.
Wasn't feeling well.
Okay.
Big, massive human being.
Everybody knows if you're not feeling well, a cheesesteak is obviously the thing you put in your system to feel better.
Yeah.
That's Philadelphia medicine right there. He knows.
Right next to the saltines.
Well, my guy has lost a ton of LBs, and he's having a pretty good year, right? He just won a Grammy. I don't know what he won.
Yeah.
Album of the year, whatever it was. Song.
Yeah, there's a few more. That Grammys, I was locked in some other stuff. That Grammys, I watched the first 15 minutes. That was about it.
Kendrick was featured a lot.
Yeah. Well, Kendrick won for Album of the Year, Rap Album of the Year, and then there was the Sabrina Carpenter performance, and I was like, all right, well, Grammys aren't going to get better than the first 15 minutes of it. I'm leaving.
Sabrina or Tate?
Probably a Sabrina's been on that one.
I'm Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm a I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Sabrina?
Yeah.
You tried to get tickets to that concert.
Local
too, right?
gal, right? Isn't she
Yeah,
local?
local gal. Yeah.
I support local,
Yeah.
but I'm still.
I listen local. That's my thing, you know? Local sports talk radio and local pop stars. That's what I listen to. All right, coming up. Guy that we want to stay local, Dallas Goedert.
Ooh.
Popped up in the Bill Barnwell tiers of free agents that
We
came
talking
out
tight
earlier
ends?
today. We are.
Let's go.
We are. We're talking about Goddard. Chance he's an Eagle come next fall when the Birds take the field.
Clip it.
Alongside Trump Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. I'm hoping to get through all middays with Marks. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Gold it is. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. NHL games will resume Wednesday night as the Fly Guys will head to Washington to take on the Capitals. All of this comes after Team USA defeated Canada Sunday from an overtime goal from Devils center Jack Hughes. It's the first gold medal for Team USA in 46 years. And the Sixers defeated the Timberwolves last night. They'll have off tonight. Tyrese Maxey was the star of that game with 39 points. Nick Nurse spoke to the media after the game on Maxey's production.
It's just an amazing mental adjustment for him to come in and have some tough games and then just really need him to have a great one, and he just does it. And then all of a sudden, everybody else gets lifted too, and that's what great players are supposed to do.
Sixers will look to keep it rolling against the Pacers Tuesday. The NFL Combine starts Thursday. Eagles looking for depth at the tight end, offensive line, and safety positions this offseason. And the Phillies will take on the Nationals in their third spring training game of the season at 6:05 p.m. Phillies have yet to win a spring training game after taking losses to the Pirates and the Blue Jays. Union have off until Thursday, where they will take on the DC Defense. This update is brought to you by True Green. True Green, stop doing it yourself and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way from the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Sign up today at truegreen.com. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Welcome back. Middays with Marks. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Love
Oh,
reggae.
yeah.
Love reggae. Summertime. Bob Marley channel.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it for me. It was John and I working together that did this conversation. I was like, I thought we had this. Yeah, that's about all I got for you. Patricia did a great job. We did the reggae run the one day, and she was bouncing all the different songs. Me, it's like, all right, yeah, Bob Marley's there. That's it for me, though. I don't really. It's not that I don't like the music. I like the music. I just don't have a very strong depth of knowledge. Much like Yacht Rock last week, my depth of knowledge on that one, shallow end.
See,
it's like a 3-foot pool.
Got a lot of text messages over the weekend about Yacht Rock.
I feel like you know more than you think you do, right, with Yacht Rock.
Nah, I'm okay being an idiot on that one.
What are the 6 artists I was talking to this with Kevin Cooney because he was surprised that I listened to Bruce Springsteen. So
yeah,
what are the 6 artists you listen to again?
So I appreciate this because I get to Saturday. I went to the St. Joe's game with my brother because he's a St. Joe's grad. I grew up a St. Joe's fan, and he has season tickets now. That was like his one purchase after he graduated, where he's like, I want to be at every St. Joe's game. He is a diehard of all diehards. He texted me last week. He's like, you want to go to the game Saturday? I'm like, they're playing Loyola Chicago? Yeah, that's a win for him. I'll be there. Yeah, you'll be in a good mood. We get there, and he's like, yeah, they're talking about you on the air today. And I was like, I don't even know what possibly I could have said. Like, there was no take last week where I was like, this had to make it to the weekend. It's like, yeah, they're talking about how you don't listen to music. And
Poor life take.
Yeah, with the Bruce Springsteen. I was like, I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I grew up on Bruce Springsteen. My parents are big Bruce fans.
Sure.
I was like, what is Kevin Cooney doing talking out of his rear end that I don't know about Bruce Springsteen? Well, because I'm not a diehard like him, I haven't been to 75 concerts. All of a sudden, I'm the enemy here. Come on, Kevin.
He brought up one of the songs on the hotkeys that you apparently like, and it's not the original, and you play it sometimes. And and then he was like, I just can't believe Ray likes the song. He has horrible music taste.
Oh, I would no. Come on.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Come on, Cooney. No, Ray's got great taste.
You know what? Yeah, maybe I do have bad taste. You know what the thing is? It's my taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, but I just don't think you have a very wide
Yeah.
taste.
I don't know, man.
I
I
could
went
agree
and saw
with that.
Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden, and I was in the pit for Kendrick Lamar at the Link. I feel like I go a little bit
pretty good.
Across the spectrum here on my listening.
Pretty good right there. I like that.
I don't think there's a lot of people that have made both those treks. My Venn diagram's pretty.
Yes, but what I think one time you were like, I only listen to 6 artists.
Well, yeah,
on
I'm
the
not.
daily.
I don't. I do my depth of like I'm listening to this artist consistently. I'm weird because I don't really do like the whole playlist thing. Like it's like, oh, this is an artist I'm interested in listening to right now. I'm just going to go through their music individually.
Okay.
The whole cross playlist thing. I'm trying to be better about it, expanding my horizons and listening to more music because I've realized the TV show thing's not going to happen for me. I'm never going to be a television guy. I'm never going to.
You wanted to be a TV guy.
I'd love to have another interest. I would love to have something that's not this. That I'm interested in.
Okay.
I'm just more struggling with that. You know, I don't like TV. I'm like, yeah, I've watched the shows I've watched. That's kind of where I'm at.
Understood.
Movies, I've watched the movies. There was a great, I don't know what channel had 2 movies on last night that I was watching after we all went upstairs. I forget what the first movie was. The Dodgeball came on. There's a reason why I was up late.
If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
So, holds up.
It's a good line.
Holds up.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
Yep.
You know what else holds the test of time? Eagles conversation.
Yeah, there you go.
And if we don't have it, it's going to be Middays without Ray tomorrow.
Look, you know, we got 13 and a half inches of snow, right? A lot of people are lounging on the couch right now, Ray, and the office is closed. You got people here that are going to have to hunker down in the Hilton again. You're staying.
I'm going right back over that Hilton.
Yeah.
Going right back over that Hilton. And I can assure you that we will have some sort of conversation about this at the Hilton, about this Goddard thing, because Bill Barnwell is someone that I know Salciunas reads all the time. We usually have a good reaction to that.
He blocked me.
He blocked you, Bill Barnwell?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
What did you say you were upset about again with him?
Yeah, he said something.
You're an elite tweeter at people. Like, you see something and you are ready to pounce on them.
Yeah, I sometimes get a little carried away. I think I could probably put the phone down and breathe a little bit. He said something about, it was Carson Wentz, I believe it was around. And I came back at him and he just blocked me. Like, it wasn't, I wasn't disrespectful or anything. I don't do that. I'm not a name caller. And he blocked me. It was like, wait a minute, you're Bill Barnwell? I don't know. Apparently he's a serial blocker or whatever.
Interesting.
But he is
I've worked with a serial blocker before.
He is a smart football mind. He, he's, analytics, backs it up. Not always the right take for my money, but he's good. He puts the work in.
Yeah, no, he does, and he went through his tiers of free agents here. So the tight end conversation is interesting because he does like 6 different tiers of the guys that'll be there. So franchise player for tight end, there's just one, Kyle Pitts. That's his listing for him. Yeah, franchise level tight end.
Wow.
Which I think is a lot of teams banking on the fact that there's talent there that maybe the Falcons haven't been able to tap into. I've seen him mocked. I've seen people talking about him making the homecoming, becoming a bird. I've seen that conversation happen on the timeline a couple of times.
He's a stud. He's 25. We know the local connections, all that. But, man, it's funny to say that because isn't it now 3 straight years of people going, yeah, Kyle Pitts back on my fantasy team?
Oh, yeah, this year, man. I was the guy. I fell for the propaganda again. Don't you worry.
What was his numbers this past year? I thought he did okay.
Better, yeah. No, actually, I was not disappointed as a fantasy owner.
88 grabs, 5 touchdowns, close to 1,000 yards, 928. Yeah.
So, yeah, not the most disappointing in the sense of what I've gone through the last couple of years in drafting in fantasy. But he is tier 1. Tier 2, there's no one there. Tier 3 gets to Goddard, which is an interesting conversation because Goddard, at 31 years old, mentions the fact he hasn't gone over 600 receiving yards since 2022. But he had the great year this year in the red zone, ended up 11 touchdowns. Would we believe that he gets $9 to $13 million, which is the projected salary here in Philadelphia? Do they have $11 million and an ability to give him that 2-year contract? And where does he land on the priority list for one Sean Briggs?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, right? If I can get him on a team-friendly deal, I'm interested in bringing back Dallas Goedert, of course, but the price tag is going to be the ultimate yes or no for me. And without getting too much into the weeds there, I do expect Goddard, for what the season that he just had, for as many touchdowns and the red zone threat that he was, that a team will go ahead and pay him. I think there's going to be a team that overspends on Dallas Goedert. So I don't think he's back. I think the Eagles are going to have to go in a different direction at that position. And you know what? Part of me welcomes that because the middle of the field, we talk about how that's a void. Is it a void for the reason of Jalen Hurts doesn't want to throw that way? They don't draw plays up that way. Whatever it is, it's a void. And I don't think that that's going to change if Dallas Goedert is back, regardless of what Sean Mannion's system is or not. They need somebody, like we know what that looks like in the slot. We know when there's someone that's good in the slot and they own the middle of the field and how tough it is to cover them. I would like the Eagles to go ahead and try and find one of those players, but if you can't, then of course you got to come back to tight end. And it'd be interesting to see what they're able to do as far as free agents are concerned, or do they look at the draft?
The only reason why the Goddard conversation for me, I entertain bringing him back. I mean, obviously we know they don't have anything, like they don't have any tight ends on
correct.
So that's an issue. The reason why I am more open to it than I think I probably would be is because Mannion and what I think they're going to try to implement, given what you saw the Rams do with tight ends back in 2025, given what we know, the multi-tight end sets that they seem to love. I mean, Tucker Kraft was a darling for a reason there in Green Bay while he was healthy because they were getting tight end involved. I don't know if they're going, I don't know where you're going to be at in terms of bringing in another guy that has familiarity with this team and obviously familiar with Jalen Hurts. That would be valuable in that sense to have him back next year. On top of that, it's interesting the number of tight ends looking at this list that'll end up hitting the market of Kelsey, I don't think is going anywhere. It's going to be either the Chiefs or not playing. But Cade Otton, does he stay in Tampa Bay? Is that someone that goes somewhere? Pitts, if he's the top of the market, does the team go after him and make that happen? Isaiah Likely's going to be a free agent. And Njoku already thanked Cleveland. That's my favorite. That was so great.
He's already out?
And he literally is like, thank you, Cleveland. It's February, bro. Free agency starts next month.
He ain't going back.
I'm not coming back. So he's going to be out there. There's a few other times that could kind of work their way loose from where they are right now, end up on the market. It might be a saturated market enough where you get something friendly where it's like, God, you don't want to go anywhere. 31, you've been here your career. That would be the world in which I see it happening. I don't think he fits a high priority for me because of the position. I just think the 31-year-old paying a tight end, I feel like we've always talked about them maximizing, and we never get to that maximizing conversation. They did in the red zone this year, but when do we start getting to the next run of this? With him, when is it over with him? I think I might prioritize him just simply because it feels like offensive scheme-wise, we're going to be working from behind if they literally have no tight end under contract. So this is more of a reluctant, I've made him a high priority after not thinking that would be the case coming into the offseason.
Yeah, no, and it's a good point, of course. It's similar to a little bit for me with the JT Realmuto conversation this offseason, right, at the catcher position. It's like, wait, like who else is there? So I get that aspect of it, but something new at that position excites me. Now, again, who is it? Is that something that they would target in the draft? Is that something that they would work maybe as far as a free agent is concerned? You did mention likely. He's a guy that I think, has good, offensive skills that I think would be a little bit more impressive than Dallas Goedert. But at the end of the day, like I said, that middle of the field is what I want to target. I need somebody that can go ahead and own that. Dallas didn't do it, right? He had his moments. I'm not trying to say he was bad, and he had a heck of a year. But it just felt like you're missing something in the offense.
All right. Speaking of missing something with the offense, the Phillies offense has been missing a power right-handed bat consistently over the last couple of years.
I got the guy. Oh, he just signed with the minor league club.
Yeah.
That's right.
So over the weekend, the return of Reese.
How about it?
Was an idea for all about 30 seconds. It ended up being, but it was something that was out there.
You got one night. You got one night.
Yeah.
One night out of it.
Well, and we don't have to beat around the bush here with it. Devin K tweeted out. It was something that the first half of the tweet, it's like Bryce is interested in it. Dave Dombrowski kicked the tires, but said there was no fit, which makes sense. That report getting out there, though. I just want to visit the Rhys Hoskins conversation for a second, because we all thought about it over the weekend, and it's just interesting that that's out there and that this happened at this point in the offseason. I want to just dive into the psyche of one Bryce Harper and the world in which the Phillies currently exist, where we're getting a Rhys Hoskins report in late February.
I'll tell you, I was dead wrong on this, too, as well.
Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays at Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Fanatic's Andrew DiCecco inside the Bird.
I tap out again.
Hit it.
I'm sorry. I tapped out. Yeah, I tap out on that. It's too long.
Yeah, it is a long intro.
Takes too long. Just want to talk.
So good.
Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray down here at Middays with Marks. And we'll get back to some Eagles conversation coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. You just gave me a little nugget of something I'm quite interested in getting into in that 1 o'clock hour. We'll get to that, break that down. But over the weekend, there was the Reese Hoskins reunion that wasn't. Bryce Harper reportedly interested in pursuing that reunion. Dave Dombrowski kicking the tires and deciding against it. And I don't really know where that would go. Because, the logic of this provided in the fact that you have a first baseman who says he wants to be a first baseman long term, and you have a DH who you just signed to a long-term contract. I watched Reese in the outfield in 2018. 2018, for those who are unaware, is quite a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't good at it then. He hasn't been healthy since. So there's not a place for him there. Would Bryce move back to the outfield? What a conversation that would be. I didn't see the fit of it. I was a big Reese guy when he was here. Big fan of the guy. Obviously, the bat spike, all those things. The
bat spike.
Yeah, that entire run where he only hit home runs. It's amazing. The guy, I think, had 4 hits in the LCS. I'm pretty sure 3 of them were homers, or 5 hits and 4 of them were homers. Something ridiculous like that. His stat line from that series is hilarious.
Yeah, remember why he was so fired up with the bat spike.
Well, yeah, because he made the error. The error.
And he was terrible at the plate.
Yeah, but it was in that run, there were twice. Each time you made an error, the next day you go onto your sportsbook of choice, you bet the home run for Reese Hoskins. It's a payout like nobody's business. And the bat spike was because he was
struggling.
He was struggling.
Yep.
With all the love and respect in the world, there was no fit in which I saw that making sense. Now, you could say, hey, the right-handed bat off the bench, who could use some more right-handed power? Would it be the worst thing in the world if you tried to sneak Schwarber into left field for a little bit? I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's the thought process.
Remember legs up? That's when he plays left field, that's the first thing I'm thinking of.
I talked to someone in baseball about outfield defense for the Phillies and how much it matters. And it was in lieu of Crawford getting the opportunity in center. Who would you have out in the corners? We're talking Otto Kemp. And I just was I don't know. Is Otto Kemp a corner outfielder? He's you do know who's been rostered to play right field for the Phillies for the last 4 years. You're really going to start drawing the line on outfield defense now? And I was that's fair. I was still don't want Schwarber out there. I'm still concerned about what Kemp will be. And they're you're right to be concerned, but if you can add production to the lineup, you add production to the lineup.
Amen to that.
I don't think Reese at this point in his career is adding the production to the lineup to justify it. It's just interesting that comes out. It's more the fact that there was Bryce pushing for it, reportedly.
Yeah, that was intriguing to me a little bit. And, just a story like that, a report like that doesn't come out of nowhere. There's a reason why it was being pushed. But just quickly on Reese, he struggled in Milwaukee. And I know he's been dealing with injuries. The numbers weren't there. Could he return to some form? Sure, why not? I'm not doubting that that's a possibility, but I think it's a little bit of a big ask. So I wasn't losing sleep over him not returning. And again, getting into the fit, all of the above, right?
Yeah.
But the big thing for me was how the heck is he in minor leagues? He didn't get a deal for a professional club. Now I know it's spring training, so now's the time you're going to work out some of these issues with rosters. But bottom line is, I thought for sure Reese Hoskins had value, some pop in his bat that a general manager would be yeah, come, you're on our roster, come make the team. But that's the Guardians. That's there's a good shot he gets cut. Yeah.
Well, then we could have this conversation in a few weeks. Hey, Caputo, write this down. All right, we'll revisit this conversation. Make sure the list gets sent over at some point. So the fit and all that, signing him, I'm not going to advocate for signing him. That's not really where this segment goes. This segment goes more to the fact that Bryce Harper is now indicated in a presser, on the record, that the cleanup spot is something that bothers him. And who hit behind him bothered him a season ago. He was very clear about that it's a big role for him to see more strikes. It's up to the cleanup hitter to be better, which you could see it as a subtle shot at Castellanos, who had the most games in that spot last year. You could see it as a shot at Bohm, or you could see it as a shot at Dave Dombrowski saying that he's going to put together a World Series winning team. I know a lot of people also took the Dodgers comment as a way of hey, organization, look at what they're spending. I didn't, but I know a lot of people took it that way.
That's a player-wide comment about the
Right. I thought so as well, because Manny Machado does the same thing that day. I think it's more about the labor talks and all that than it is about the Phillies.
Of course, the Dodgers are spending the most money. Yeah, that's great.
But Harper has been locked into this Cold War, weird feud between him and Dave after the offseason where he calls him not elite. Harper wears the not elite shirt. We had him talk on Sunday. He brought up on the podcast, Bussin' with the Boys. And now this comes out that Bryce was pushing for Rhys Hoskins. And it does feel like Bryce is trying to say, without saying, this team could use a right-handed bat. We need something. Dave hasn't given us that. And it's another kind of shot at Dave, to me, the way I interpret it. And on top of that, it's interesting to use the fan favorite, the popular player who never got the proper ending here in Philadelphia with Rhys Hoskins, as the guy that you're interested in coming back. I don't doubt that he might have gone and said, hey, we could use a guy like Rhys. Like, I don't doubt that being the case, and I don't doubt them potentially kicking the tires. It's not any doubting of the report. It's just the fact that he is advocating for this. Almost feels like Bryce Harper given the look of like, hey, Dave hasn't done enough in terms of right-handed bats for us. He hasn't given us enough in the cleanup spot. And oh, by the way, on top of that, here's this fan favorite that while I'm waging a little bit of a PR war with our president of baseball operations, I'm the guy that wanted him back. Forget the fact I'm at first base. And part of the reason he doesn't fit is because I'm playing first base right now. I'm the guy that wants him back. So, Dave, hey, look at how great a guy I am advocating for this fan favorite to come back.
Interesting week for Bryce, right?
Yeah.
With this, the comment about Aiden Miller and, whatever. But to open up Clearwater with a press conference where, he was going to go head-to-head with Dave Dombrowski and, of course, the breach of trust, all of that. Just an interesting start to Clearwater for Harper. And I don't know, man. Are you bored down there?
No.
It's like, don't you have enough going on? Regardless, though, it is all the time. Anytime these reports get, reported, surface, there's always a reason, right? And is it a PR push by Bryce? Make him look like a good guy? I don't know. I don't see why he needs to do that. I don't think people view that in that light. Like, oh, he wants to bring back Rhys Hoskins. That's a great deal. Good for his rep. But all in all, the fit, that's where you lose me. Period. End of story. Bringing him back, he just does not fit in this. As far as playing the field defensively, his bat has been really bad in his past 2 seasons with the Brew Crew. So I'm out on Hoskins, but I'm wondering if we're going to learn a little bit more of the reason why this report was out there.
I think it's just dissatisfaction. Him and Dave are not on the same page. Dombrowski and Harper are not on the same page.
Clearly.
I think that's the biggest thing you could take away from what we've seen over the first 2 weeks of this spring training. They have not seen eye to eye on the whole not elite thing. And I was fine with Harper getting his get back at him the first presser.
Sure.
You know what? You didn't have a chance to address me. All right, fine. Get back. Leave it alone. We're now getting to waters here where it does feel like back and forth between the two of them is a little much to me. And it's Bryce, we get it.
A little bit.
You can feel this way, but part of where we're at right now, Bryce had a lot of power in this organization to say a lot for quite a while. Who's his shortstop? Oh, it's his favorite shortstop in baseball. Remember that? His campaign for Trea Turner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he wanted him to sign JT? Well, when JT comes up for another contract and they're kind of backed into a corner to sign him, part of that's on the fact that you brought him here. Like, I get it. He's going to win the war between the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. That's not even a part of it. It's just like at this point, we know you're winning the war. You also don't have to convince anyone in this city that they don't have enough in terms of a right-handed bat and they need help at the cleanup spot. No need to bury Alec Boehm, who's going to be the guy hitting cleanup, and no need to bury Dave over it. We'll bury Dave. I'll take the mantle for you, Bryce. Here, this is a friend to friend here, Bryce. I'll be the one that buries Dave. Sean Brace will be the one that buries Dave. Johnny Marks will be the one that buries Dave. Patricia's very, very nice. I'm sure she wants to bury Dave as well with the offseason, all right? We'll all do that work for you. When we see that this lineup doesn't have enough and they don't have enough in the right-handed bat, it's on us. We'll do it. We do it 20 hours a week. Don't worry about making this any sort of thing against Dave Dombrowski. We've got you covered.
Emotional edge / swagger.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Or just like obsessing over something that was said about him 4 months ago, and it's like, all right, Dave was wrong.
Yeah.
We got you.
It's interesting. Yeah, look, I don't know. Just looking forward to getting the boys back out there competing in regular season. We're a long way from that, I understand. They just got down to Florida, but there's been a lot of chatter. Let's just say that.
It's not been boring. I can imagine that everyone that's down there in Clearwater, one, enjoying the fact they're not here, and two, plenty of content.
All this without a player podcast, too.
Yeah.
Very surprising.
Well, Boston with the boys.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
It always comes back to a players podcast. I need some more. All right, coming up next, speaking of players here, let's get into Trea Turner. We haven't talked about Trea Turner at all over this offseason. At all. I mean, he's not a free agent, but he's at the top of that lineup. We're going to do one stat line at one. I'm going to give you two numbers for a potential Trea Turner stat line. You give me a little over-under how you're feeling about Trea Turner
love it.
Going into this season. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
No miracle needed. I'm Patricia Caputo, and this update is brought to you by Uber. You hungry? Good thing Uber Eats has great deal waiting for you at La Scala's from now until March 31st. Get a buy one, get one free deal on rigatoni vodka on the app. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details. Flyers have off for the next 2 nights, but will resume play on Wednesday in Washington against the Capitals. This comes after Team USA defeated Team Canada in overtime Sunday to win their first gold medal since 1980. The Sixers also have off tonight after defeating the Timberwolves. Tyrese Maxey, the star of that game, scoring 39 points in 35 minutes. Sixers will look to keep it rolling against the Pacers Tuesday. The NFL Combine starts Thursday. Saquon Barkley joined ESPN over the weekend and discussed his feelings towards Sean Mannion's offensive system.
I don't think I really came across a system like this, and it's refreshing. You get something new. You get to learn something new. As a competitor, you love it. You love the challenge of putting yourself in a new system, doing the things that you do really well, and also things that you need approval on and that they're going to challenge us to do.
Eagles looking for depth at the tight end, offensive line, and safety positions this offseason. The Phillies will take on the Nationals in their third spring training game of the season at 6:05 p.m. This update is also brought to you by Discover. Do you know what's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide? If you guessed Discover, you guessed right, based on the February 24th Nelson Report. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
o'clock hour here on Middays with Marks, and it's brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-831-HAIR. That's our buddy Johnny Marks down in Disney. Start of the week.
Yep, Ish is active on the timeline.
Ish.
Yeah. Excuse me, not Ish. Bayless, sorry.
Bayless. I was like, Ish.
Yeah, no. Active on the timeline here. And he has a nice AI picture here of Johnny Marks yelling about hot dog prices. Pretty funny stuff there. Nice work. Bayless. Sorry, did not mean to.
You scared me.
Confuse the two there, yes. Hi, Ray.
That'd be the thing where Ish would call today and be like, is Ray there?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to fight you. Like, that's kind of what it's going to come down to. It's going to drive me a little crazy.
You can invite him to the hotel.
No.
Do like a boxing match.
Nope. Sorry. Don't suggest that. Don't suggest that. Please, people, don't show up to the Hilton. I'm going to pull Salciunas. So I'll be hiding in my room.
He did, Marks did write us a nice write-up here about his trip off and running, and let's just say that it's eventful, and
right.
We're with him. Our thoughts are with him at this point in time.
Correct.
Hopefully things get a little bit smoother. 7 days in a hotel room with the family.
Hey, man.
I love my family. I don't know if they would want to be with me for 7 days in a hotel room. I can tell you right now, my wife.
But they're going to Disney. There's room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's room. You have all day at the park. Hopefully you're tired enough. You fall asleep. Do it over again the next day. No?
I did Disney last year, and I'm good. I did it one time. That's I got my fill. My daughter liked it. She's not a big ride. I mean, she's young. So it's like if they're not riding rides.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
I just said, you said 7 days with anyone in a hotel. And, like, with all love and respect to every single human being in my life, and this is the single guy in his 20s, I don't know if there's one person 7 days in a hotel that I'm cool with. Like, I'm doing San Diego, which, by the way, I guess I'll put this will be how I put my PTO request in right now, live on the air. So what up? What up, Scott? What up, Vito? I'm doing Phillies Padres in San Diego in May because they're playing Memorial Day and then they're playing the next 2 days.
Nice.
And I did this whole thing where I was like, I don't know if I can pull it off. I don't know if I can make it work. It's between the money, between just time off. I have some things coming up in June. I don't know if I could do it. And then finally, I was like, you know what? I'm an idiot. My friends are going to San Diego. Why am I going to be the one left behind? So I say that to say we're trying to figure out the accommodations. We're going out Saturday. I'm flying back on the red eye Wednesday night after the game.
Ooh.
I can't wait. Love a good red eye.
No way.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, 5 days in a hotel room with friends, I think that's about, like, enough. I think that's going to be, like, peak for me. And I love all these people. I was out with all these people Saturday. They're my closest friends in the world. But 5 days is about what I have in me for the bachelor party I'm going on in June. Also, 5 days. I think that's my official
too many
breaking point.
Where's the bachelor party going for 5 days?
Jamaica.
Wow, that's a heck of a bachelor party right there.
Yeah. Yep. Bachelorette party for that wedding is going to Dominican Republic. So, yeah, we're all flying out in New York same day.
I guess. All right.
Yeah.
I did Vegas 2.5, 3 days back. See ya.
I'm interested to see how it goes. I've not been on the bachelor party tour yet, so this is a heck of a way to start for me.
Okay.
Jamaica being the first bachelor party for me feels like I'm just dialing it up to 10 without getting to do like one AC weekend. Be like, oh, this is what a bachelor.
I just went on a bachelor party last summer. Baltimore. There you go. That's the extent that I'm doing these days for my friend's bachelor party.
You say that, and I doubt very much.
Oh yeah.
That if you were offered the Vegas bachelor party, that you would be like, nah, I don't think I could pull that off.
I'll go wherever.
Exactly.
I'm in. You want to go to Jamaica? I'm fine. Let's go. I just think they're like, man, that's a heck of a call for a bachelor party.
It's going to be a great time. Looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Should be a great time. And I think I just had the...
Jamaica, I'm on.
Vito just said I was denied the PTO request, so it's going to be just TO for me. Time off. Patricia, that's also a good note for you.
Yeah, I was marking
Memorial
it in my
Day week might need you.
We'll see.
All right.
Love the outside mix.
So getting to it's so great. It's become my favorite thing to play on the air.
Nice.
I want to do this one stat line of one thing here because I want to get to just some of the guys we haven't talked about. Trea Turner, a year ago, wins the batting title, big 304 average batting title. That's what wins it now in Major League Baseball. Obviously missed that last 2-3 weeks of the season. I'm trying to think of just how deep. It was actually probably like the last month.
141 he played total.
Yeah, so 21 games. I would imagine 20 of those or 19 of those came in that time where he was out because he gets hurt down in Miami. The series that would be more well-known for the Phillies Karen incident than would be for Trea Turner getting hurt on that Sunday. That happened Friday night.
How do we never find out who that was? How's that possible in this day and age?
It's impressive, really. Was there a cover-up? Are you telling me there was a Phillies Karen cover-up?
There might have been at the highest levels.
The highest levels.
Unbelievable.
His end-of-season stat line, 812 OPS, 15 homers, the 304 average. It was his lowest total for home runs in a single season in a full season, going all the way back to 2017, which is pretty remarkable to look at. Not that he's been a home run guy in his career, but usually somewhere around 20. Ended up with 15 last season. They talked about they want him to be more spraying the ball all over instead of pulling for power and trying to battle for power. Only ended up with 5 percentage points higher than the OPS of an 812 to an 807. Only ended up, average-wise, 10 points higher than what it was a season ago. He had a good year. Defensively, he was much improved.
Yes, he was.
Should we be expecting, if I set the 18.5 home runs over-under, is he going to be closer to the 20 home run guy this season, or is he going to be more what you saw from a year ago?
I think the easy answer is to say that he'll be the guy that we saw a year ago. 15 total home runs, and as he gets older, that could be the case for a lot of people. But I'm willing to bet that these guys know what it takes to win big games, and I know it's real easy and elementary for me to say it like this, but you got to hit bombs, got to hit home runs, and I'm sure Turner wants to do a little bit more of that, and he's very capable of, as you pointed out with those numbers, 28 one year, 26 just back in 23. So I would expect him to hit more home runs this year than 15. You set the number at 18.5. I'm on the over.
I'd probably take the under.
You would? Why?
I think he's going to be more. He's committed to whatever they did for him last year. Like, just be a 300 hitter, be the guy that sets the table for everyone at the top of the lineup. That's what we need from you. That's what we expect from you. I think that's where he's gone. I don't think he's going to sell out for power. Now, maybe he does end up crushing 20 of them, but to me, I think it's more likely he goes under that total at the 18.5 just because of the way I think he's trying to approach at the plate at this point. I'll be interested to see, though, the biggest thing for him is not whether or not the power is there where he gets back close to 20. We expect him to hit somewhere in the 290 to 300 range. I think that's a fair expectation for where he's at. The interesting question is whether or not defensively you were at the same level that you were a season ago, because he improved defensively a year ago at shortstop. And if he is able to stay at that level at short, that to me is more important than any sort of offensive development that would come from this season, because that gave you stability you didn't think you had at short. We were all talking, how's he going to age? 32 years old, having a bounce-back season at short doesn't feel like a likely thing to happen for a guy, but it did for him at 33 years old, his age 33 season. Will he be able to be the same defender as he was a season ago? And how does that impact them?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, again, as he gets older, I think it's really easy to say, no, he's going to, lose a little bit of the range, and, Father Time is going to eventually take hold here. But at the same time, we know what he's capable of. And this is a guy that competes at an MVP level. He gets talked about it preseason as far as people that are making the picks for an MVP. I think he got a vote last year, if I'm not mistapen.
Did he get a vote last year?
I don't know. I thought he did. Anyways,
I know. Feel fact on that one.
I love the feel facts. I'm a big feel fact type of guy, if you haven't known. I just know that, going into the season, everybody loves to talk about him, and it's good payout. I get it. Very capable of with those numbers. But as far as defensive is concerned, I do expect, Trea Turner's a stud. He's a great ball player. It's a huge get by the Phillies to have on this team. I think he was 417 in the playoffs last year. He's got to improve on that. But guy that's going to go out there 162 for you, love having Trea Turner at shortstop.
So this is incredible of what we remember. We were talking about this yesterday off there at the hotel, of what you remember about sports. Trea Turner, 5th in NL MVP voting last.
There you go.
Didn't just get a vote.
Huh.
Top 5.
Wow.
Top 5 finish for the guy.
Well, like you said, led the league in hitting.
Yeah.
304, not a bad deal there.
Ohtani, Schwarber, Soto, Perdomo, Turner,
Wow.
Carroll, Skeens, Tatis, PCA, Lindor. It's so funny, but like I'm gonna be a hater for no reason here. Pete Crow Armstrong being 9th after the way he was talked about, like he was like the greatest revolution of Chicago baseball in the first half of last season. The fact that he ended up 9th, that Tatis ended up more votes than him, Carroll ended up more votes with him, Turner ended up more votes than him. I forget who it was. He was on some list, and he was listed like the 7th best player in baseball. I was like, you gotta relax.
No,
Relax.
yeah,
I like PCA. I don't love PCA.
I like PCA too as well. He's definitely, for Chicago and with the struggles that they've had, he is definitely a ball player that you would tune in to watch. Matter of fact, I went to a game last year in Chicago. Who did they play? I forget who they played. And he came up. He had a double in that game. And fun player to go out there and watch, no doubt about it. A young stud, but there are other players. Like I look at a guy like Jackson Merrill. I'd take Jackson Merrill over PCA.
Ooh, that's a take right there, but I like that take.
I would.
All right, bring a little spice to the program on this
about it
today, Sean. All right, I want to go back and flip back to a little bit of the Birds conversation that we were getting into because you saw something interesting, but I know we got some text. We got something on the Eagles' needs coming off the Goddard conversation we had last hour. Patricia, what are we looking at on the text line?
Yes. So Colby from Central Pennsylvania. In order for me to feel good, I need 2 things. Offensive line draft replaced with some depth and A.J. Brown gone. He's a distraction and his selfishness affects the whole team. Devontae and Goddard were on their way to personal best through the first 4 weeks until A.J. started his antics. He can go to New England and disrupt their offense.
Whew.
That's a lot.
Well, I disagree.
Yeah.
I would prefer the star wide receiver remains in Philadelphia. I know in this day and age that puts me in a real tough bind that we all are taking the side of the organization and not the wide receiver on this one. I am still doing everything I can to ensure A.J. Brown's back. That's still my stance on the matter. I understand why people are annoyed with him, why people didn't enjoy the antics last season. I didn't enjoy the antics either, all right? I was signing up for Blue Sky to make sure that if he was posting on Blue Sky about his dissatisfaction with the offense, I was going to be there for it.
Was he a Blue Sky guy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I never really got to
nice
signing
work
up for
by
Blue
you,
Sky,
though.
though. Yeah, no, I'm not there. I don't think I signed up. I signed up for Threads, man. I tried to do something that wasn't Twitter.
Well, Threads is on Instagram. It's tied at the hip.
Yeah, exactly. I'm already there.
All right.
If you have a Threads account and you have if you have an Instagram account. But to that point, AJ and the conversation about AJ, we can, because I've heard this argument thrown out before about Goddard and Devontae Smith. Before AJ started to play, they were having career years. We do have to play into this, the idea that Devontae and Dallas Goedert both benefit from the fact that they have A.J. Brown there. Like, oh, yeah, that guy was having a career year. Yeah, it's pretty great when the team has to be like, yeah, we got to cover A.J. Brown, so Devontae Smith, you can run, you have one-on-one here.
A little bit.
Goddard over the middle, especially when the entire plan is we're just going to just run verticals with our wide receivers because that's the only concept in the Patullo offense. We're just going to leave Goddard in the middle of the field. Well, yeah, obviously he's going to find more open space when the defense is like, yeah, Brown's running one side, Smith's running the other side. Maybe there's a little bit of space in the middle. So, yeah, things do work out for players when there are other elite players around them. So I
121 targets last year, Ray.
Yeah.
It's a lot going in A.J. Brown's direction.
Yeah, it is a lot going in A.J.'s direction. And it did feel like there were drives throughout the season where it was like, damn, man, here's the ball. We're throwing it at you. There was one drive in the Broncos game that I think was just 3 straight passes to A.J. Brown that were all incomplete. And it just felt like, man, shut up. Take the football. Like, that kind of was the tone of that drive.
And then Patullo and Sirianni would get out there in the post-game press conference or press conference later in the week going, no, we didn't make a conscious effort to do that.
No, it's just
how the game evolved.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's funny we're stumbling into this A.J. Brown discussion yet again, and I know we will continue to do so until, training camp. It's going to be, May, post-draft, and if he's in an Eagles uniform, then I think we can go ahead and turn the page on that conversation, right?
I was told, post-June 1st, man, I'm not turning the page on anything.
Okay.
I think once we get camp, if he shows up to camp. May, OTAs, he's at OTAs. If he doesn't show up to OTAs, that'll be a week of radio, I'm sure. But OTAs, if he's there, okay. But once we get to camp, I'll be willing to shut up with this. We've been told, though, this is the week. They say, hey, man, Combine week. That's when people start talking.
That's when they start talking,
That's when they start talking.
So
They've
got a lot of time in their hands up there.
Yeah, we're listening.
To talk, yes.
I'm listening. I haven't heard anyone start talking.
Well, I think DraftKings are listening because they just put out odds. How about this? Literally an hour ago. The market for A.J. Brown Where will he be playing next season is available on DraftKings. A.J. Brown next team odds are officially live. And the Eagles are your favorite at minus 150. All right. Patriots number 2 plus 175. Then you can go Bills, Titans, Dolphins.
What are the
Niners.
Bills?
Bills are plus 800.
Okay, so it's basically he's going to be the Eagle, he's going to be Patriot, according to DraftKings.
That's what we're seeing here.
All right. So the wink meant something.
It meant something to somebody up there, that's for sure.
Somebody at DraftKings.
Look,
it's good that the Eagles are the favorite.
Yes. Well, he's wearing a uniform in the picture, so he better be the favorite.
Would
currently
not
under
love
contract.
that those two were so close.
Well, yeah, he's a Patriot fan. Grew up a Patriot fan. Big Tom
That's
Brady
right.
guy. I don't know. Look, all these teams, except for the Dolphins, I don't remember really too many people mentioning the Miami Dolphins, but 49ers were discussed. Ravens were discussed. Raiders are on that list as well. I know the Broncos got some headlines over the weekend. I want to say I read an article about A.J. Brown to Denver. Bottom line is this. Everybody could use him. There's not a team in the NFL that could not use A.J. Brown's services. He's that talented, that good. It's just I think you got to find the right spot and /fit where you know that this is going to be a guy that eventually is going to say things. So I don't know if you want to put him with a young quarterback, but
I think that's the logical pairing, though, because of the contract. You probably can't have a team that's paying a quarterback and paying A.J. Brown.
Fair.
That's not Howie Roseman and not the way they've already set this up here. Like, I don't know. That's just the way moving that contract to someone else. You almost feel like you want the young quarterback to have their career validated by having that wide receiver.
got to have money to spend. You're right about
Right,
that. It's a big contract.
But then, sorry for not having economics degree. I didn't.
Yeah.
I took macro back in high school. Supply and demand, that happens. That's like a big thing about the whole economic system. That's kind of what I retained from that. All due respect, Mr. Brennan, great guy. Well, but, economics, you could also see by the way I spend my money. I'm not exactly one with the money. So when it comes to contracts in the NFL, my MO with it is like they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It's something to move around. It's something to consider. I just always look at a team that's got a rookie quarterback as being more likely to make that move because they feel like they can open up championship contending window. And the last time we saw A.J. Brown get moved, it was a young quarterback that had yet to get paid. He got a contract to go there. It worked out for him.
Well, look, they got Vrabel there as well, so you got to have a good coach, somebody that could definitely handle something like this if it does go sideways.
He likes Vrabel.
Yeah.
They spent 50 minutes with dudes on dudes talking about how much he loves Vrabel.
It makes sense. Like no one is denying that.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
It's definitely the first team that would come to all of our minds. But Buffalo, I think, would really be a great spot for him. Get him with Josh Allen. Finally get a number one receiver. He needs help up there, man. Like, let's just be realistic about what he has to work with.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, as far as the wide receivers. Shakir was their leading guy, if I'm not mistaken, last year. That can't happen.
Yeah, no, that can't happen.
No.
Shakir, yeah.
He got I think he had 13 catches in that game. Or 13.
Season ended throwing the ball to Brandon Cooks is pretty much the way that I look at that one. So, yeah, you're right about that. Coming up, while we're on some Eagles conversation here, Jahan Dotson. We talked earlier about Saquon Barkley doing the media rounds, and I'm still not exactly sure what his media rounds were. Like, again, he went on NFL Insiders. That's good. He went on NFL Live. He was, talking to people. Jahan Dotson also doing a little bit of media talking. Jordan Schultz.
I think another guy that has me blocked. True story. He does have me blocked, yeah.
Why is that?
I actually did come at him because he was throwing stuff up against the wall.
Got it.
And I go, that's not true. Get out of here with that nonsense. And the next thing you know, he is connected.
Yeah.
He does get good information.
Right. But, I thought you would have said, like, maybe your latte was a little disappointing from Starbucks.
This was a couple years ago.
Upset with you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that was the Combine. Yeah. Who was the
Round two.
Yeah, who was the...
Rapport?
It wasn't... Yeah.
Was it Rap Sheet?
Yeah, Rap Sheet. There you go. Ian Rapport, not Michael Rapport. Bottom line is that took place in the Combine. Yes, the Starbucks up there in Indy. So maybe we get some fireworks around, too. Jordan Schultz, though, yeah, he was throwing stuff up against the wall. And then, apparently the rumor is that he's got a couple dollars to spend, and he spreads it out there, and that's what he gets. Hey, anyway you get the information to the timeline, we'll take it.
Well, he got Jahan Dotson.
Yes,
He got an interview with Jahan Dotson, who talked about both Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. We'll play that for you coming up alongside Sean Brace. I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Marks 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
No miracle needed. I'm Patricia Caputo, and this update is brought to you by Papa John's. Introducing new pan pizza from Papa John's. Order a medium one-topping pan pizza for just $11.99 when you download the Papa John's app or at thepapajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. The Flyers have off the next 2 nights and will resume play Wednesday in Washington against the Capitals. This comes after Team USA defeated Team Canada in overtime Sunday to win their first gold medal since 1980. The Sixers have off tonight as well after defeating the Timberwolves Monday night. Tyrese Maxey was the star of the game, scoring 39 points in 35 minutes. Nick Nurse spoke to the media after the game on Maxey's production.
It's just an amazing mental adjustment for him to come in and have some tough games and then just really need him to have a great one, and he just does it. And then all of a sudden, everybody else gets lifted too, and that's what great players are supposed to do.
Sixers look to keep it rolling against the Pacers. Tuesday, Saquon Barkley also joined ESPN, but the NFL Combine starts Thursday, and Saquon Barkley and the Eagles are looking for depth at the tight end position and offensive line and safety positions this offseason. Phillies will take on the Nationals in their third spring training game of the season at 6:05 p.m. This update is also brought to you by Audible. If the snow has you stuck inside, take care of you with the help of top voices in well-being on Audible. Sign up at the 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Unit 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
get to Jahan Dotson in a moment here and what he had to say about both Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts when he was talking with Jordan Schultz. But we started talking about coffee in that last segment, and I actually have a coffee-related question for you that I feel like you could answer for me. Maybe Trish could answer for me. Potentially the listeners could answer for me.
All right.
Because I just want to know, and this is alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is strictly a Ray Dunn thing. This is a question I'm asking, and I don't think we have any really strong coffee sponsors, so I'm not going to upset anyone in that regard. But I just want to know when we decided as a society that it is no longer the coffee shop's duty to put the lid on the coffee they're serving you. When all of a sudden now we hand you the lid to the coffee, and the two don't come attached to one another, it's now my job to put the lid on top of the coffee. I just want to when we decided it was on the customer to figure that one out. Because for the longest time in my life, every time I got coffee to go, the lid came on top of it. Was this like a COVID thing that people stopped? I'm very confused. I'm running this problem in the city. Everywhere I go, I get handed the cup of coffee without the lid on it. I get handed the lid to put it on myself.
Well, they want to give you the opportunity to add the sugars or the creams or whatever you choose, I believe, and that's why they do that.
No, I'm not ordering. Well, I'm not getting black coffee. Like I'm ordering it with already something in it.
And these are your local coffee shops you're talking.
Right.
This isn't.
That's what I was going to ask. Are we talking?
Yeah, I don't walk to Starbucks often.
Like Starbucks and Dunkin', your lids are coming on.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time. Yeah, I would assume so.
The issue that I'm having with Starbucks now is they don't put the sleeve on. Oh, what's going on there? Like, just give
That's
me.
Probably why Jordan Schultz blocked you.
Put the sleeve. Put the sleeve on. Sleeve's got to come automatic. If it's hot, put the sleeve on. So you got to have the sleeve.
The sleeve's better for the planet than the plastic. That's the only thing I could think about.
Pushing
the planet.
I know.
Stuff,
yeah. Can't have straws. Can't do that. I get it.
But the plastic.
I go to the grocery store. I got to bring my own bags now. Like, just enough already. I'm here for one time. I want bags. I want straws. Put lid on Ray coffee.
I just want a lid on my coffee. That's so much to ask.
Good grief.
But they hand you the lid every time.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
They hand me the lid. You know what you could do? You could put the lid on the coffee.
Well, if they made the coffee for you, the lid should be on there.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Because now I'm playing the gymnastics with a cup I've never used before of like trying to put it on. Now I'm spilling my coffee, and I get it. You want the responsibility of my coffee being spilled to be on me.
Yeah.
That's what this is. So I'm answering my own question here. What this is to me is, Ray, I'm not comfortable putting the lid on your coffee because it might spill a little. And I've seen a few people get annoyed at me for that before. So we've decided our responsibility is taken away. And it's now all on you to spill the hot coffee on your hand, ruin your day, and try and get going with the rest of it. That's what this is.
Nothing worse than spilling coffee.
Nothing worse than spilling coffee.
And, man, I love good coffee. This morning, I made the cup in the hotel room, and that was a rough cup of coffee. Let's just put it that way. I enjoy, you know what I like? I got like my 24-ounce Wawa, come in here, ready to go big gulp. I like this little segment. We could do some coffee talk here. Well, let's call it the Daily Grind. You ready?
Oh.
The Daily Grind, 1:30.
I don't know. Just talk coffee? I could talk coffee all day. I'm a big coffee man. I enjoy a good cup of coffee. And I love my local coffee shops. I'm just asking when I became responsible for putting the coffee lid on my...
Yeah, that's the first I'm seeing / hearing about this. Something that I will definitely notice now moving forward. But, again, the sleeve is killing me. And it's only Starbucks. It's my Starbucks. I roll in every single time. And it's like, hey, I got to, put the sleeve on.
Yep.
If it's hot, put the sleeve on.
And there's no sympathy for me here.
Oh, no.
Everyone's like, you're lazy. You're not doing it. That's fine. That's fine, man. I'll be lazy. All right? I can live with that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I said, I've never really seen it before. So
yeah,
this
maybe
is a
it's just happening in the city. Yeah, maybe it's just happening in the city.
That's exactly what it is.
Maybe at places that I got coffee today. That's all I'm saying. It's just I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, back to the birds because no one's going to help me with the lid. Everyone's decided that I'm in the wrong for wanting a lid on my coffee.
Before you get into the Jahan Dotson conversation, Kyle Pitts, who we just spoke about.
Oh yes,
franchise tagged by the Atlanta Falcons, so no longer available.
But good. I always enjoy having that segment before that happens. It would have been a real shame if we didn't get a chance to talk about Kyle Pitts coming to Philadelphia at all this offseason. We got that segment in just before the buzzer. That was a buzzer beater of a segment by us. Bring up Kyle Pitts. With an hour later, it's already off the table.
Oh, by the way, more on Kyle Pitts. First year, 1 touchdown. Second year, 2 touchdowns. 2023 is third year. Scored 3 touchdowns. 2024, his 4th year in the NFL. Scored 4 touchdowns. How many touchdowns do you think Kyle Pitts scored last year in his 5th year?
5.
That's correct.
So that means next year there's 6.
You would hope.
So
Falcons are hoping.
what? By year 9, he might be a top fantasy tight end.
Who'd they hire again as far as their coach? It was Cleveland. It was right?
Stefanski. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because my dreams died really quickly about the future offensive coordinator, Kevin Stefanski.
Are you a Penix guy?
No.
I was to a point. I didn't like the pick, how they went about it, all that. But I believed that Michael Penix, I believed in his ability. And, yeah.
We'll say it was a check swing. We're not quite sure whether or not we're going to say you struck out on that one yet, but it's,
Yeah, it's in the dirt.
The ruling.
Swung,
yeah.
We're
Taking a look. We're taking a look. Umpire still hasn't made a ruling on whether or not you swung on that one, but I'm feeling that you struck
ready
out
to
on
ring
that
me
one.
up.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
While we're talking about etiquette of people in public places before I get to the birds, now because you brought that up, the Penix pick. This was the last time I was on my way to San Diego, which horrible hand up on this radio personality decision by me to schedule the trip to see Phillies Padres the weekend of the NFL draft. That is a number 1 no-go on my behalf. That was bad work by me. Yeah. Sixers were also in the playoffs. It was the night Embiid dropped 50.
I go on my golf trip every year during the draft.
Oh, okay.
Except for this year. This year we're going a week later, so it's funny. But, yeah.
I felt bad leaving.
There's always something going on in the sports world. I mean, come on.
My buddy I'm seated, window seat. One of my friends is sitting next to me, and about 2 rows behind us on the other side is my friend who's also traveling with us. The Penix pick happens. My friend gets quite animated, yelling on the plane with his earbuds in, trying to get our attention to let us know that the Falcons have just selected Michael Penix. This man is a Colts fan. This man has no ties to the Falcons organization at all and is yelling on a cross-country evening flight from Philadelphia to San Diego about the Falcons selecting Michael Penix. You can tell by the tone of my voice where I stand on this one. But if you were me, would you not try and just crawl under your seat and disappear at the association? I was looking back and I'm like, I don't know this guy. I can't be associated with this guy. Have you ever had someone in your life yell on a plane to you to get your attention and then find out that it's just Michael Penix getting drafted with the 8th overall pick by the Falcons?
It was shocking. It
wasn't that shocking.
A man can't be passionate?
On the plane when it's silent?
Look, he woke the plane up. What time was this?
8th overall, man. That's worth screaming about.
And,
that was a shock.
So. Yeah.
No, yeah, and especially traveling, too, where people are already on edge.
Right.
I just want to hide.
I'm like,
get my seat.
Shut the hell up.
Yep.
You just woke up the woman behind us.
Don't know that, man.
Yeah, she's upset with you. I'm you would think that I was a lifelong Falcons fan who believed in Kirk Cousins the way he was oh my God, can you believe this? And it's I can't, but not to the point that you can't believe it. The flight attendant's going to come throw you off this thing. You're going to go get
don't mess around.
Tied up.
Yeah.
It will be a remember when for everybody on that plane. Remember when Michael Penix got drafted? Where were you?
Well, now I can't hear people talk about Michael Penix or the Falcons and his role with that team and not think about that flight across the country and oh my God, dude, shut up. Embiid dropped 50 that night against the Knicks, and the loudest that plane got was my buddy yelling about, "Are you kidding me? They took Penix at 8. What?"
Dude, a lot of us did that, but not on a flight.
The Eagles had traded up and selected a quarterback in the first round, the way he's reacted Michael Penix being drafted. All right. The Eagles, speaking of trading up and taking a quarterback, they're not doing that this year, okay, in the first round, right? We'll all be clear on that one. But Jahan Dotson had a chance to talk about his quarterback. We was on with Jordan Schultz. Here is Dotson addressing Hurts and also got into Sirianni.
Was this version of Jalen the best leadership you had seen from him?
I would say so. My 2 years being here, he was way more vocal.
Yeah.
We were challenging ourselves. The coaches were challenging us. And, he was relaying those messages to us when we were tired in practice or tired in the fourth quarter. He was relaying those messages to us. And he was making sure that, everything was a tight ship run. He truly is, I feel like, one of the best leaders I've ever been around. He commands the attention of the huddle. He commands the attention of the room.
And what about Coach Sirianni? What about Nick?
He has so much swag when it comes to the head coach.
Right.
He has the ultimate faith in his guys. He doesn't care who we're stacked up against. They could be the what is it, the 85 Bears?
85
like,
Bears, Legion of Boom, Seahawks.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
No. He doesn't care. If it's 4th and 5 with the game on the line, just know we're going for it and we're going to get it. Like, he has that much confidence in your team. Week 18, game doesn't matter, and AJ and Smitty are sitting out, and, you know, I'm the one now. He's like, you're going to go for 100 today, and we're going to get a W. Like, he instills that confidence in you, and it's really cool to have, like, a coach like that.
So, 2 things out of that.
Yeah.
We'll start with Sirianni because you heard on the back half there. There's plenty I could take from that. The 85 Bears, Legion of Boom Seahawks being the second team that comes up. I love the 85 Bears and the Legion of Boom Seahawks. 2 teams that won are the teams that come up. We're talking about like the greatest teams of all time, the greatest things of all time. It's like, yeah, they were for that season. Mm-hmm. Great teams. Mm-hmm. You know, Sirianni going against the Belichick Patriots. Sirianni going against you could have used the comparison going against Mahomes in the Super Bowl because that's kind of an impressive feat to take down there.
That works.
But that aside, Sirianni, him getting Dotson fired up for Week 18 is a great little tidbit there of like, yeah, like this guy's just loves the game, football, whole thing. It gives you insight into the one thing that we talk about all the time with Sirianni. The guys play for him. He takes that seriously.
Yeah. He also said, you're going to go for 100 and we're going to win 0 for 2.
0 for 2. Yeah.
He had 3 catches for 40 yards. Okay. 8 targets. Also, we lost that game 24-17.
Yes. Oh, trust me. I remember. I do remember the reaction show on Monday. When
that's when they should have played the starters. Remember, if they played the starters.
I recall. I was there. Yeah.
Oh, that really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, did it?
Didn't matter in the end. Didn't matter in the end, but
if they did beat the 49ers, might have had a home game.
Well, yeah. No. It mattered to the whole path of the way the Super Bowl went. Yeah. Well, because you'd end up playing the Packers because it was going to set up the Love Eagles playoff game.
I still would have played the starters. Sorry, I'm not abandoning from that take.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's more than fine.
I'm holding steady on that.
You also could have just played the starters at half, and if it looked like you needed to,
or that,
right? It's fine. It's not, but the Syria. So we get
I blame
insight.
Petula.
I'm good with that. I think we all decided that was the case in the city. We get insight of the Sirianni leadership aspect of that, like what the vibes thing is he does there. And then the leadership conversation with Hurts is so fascinating to me.
Especially when they start to talk about how he did it more this past season.
Right.
Because that was something that was discussed.
More vocal, more part of things. And that's the thing. It's okay, we continue to get on that. Like Nakobe Dean talked about it a little bit, I know, a couple weeks ago. Like we continue to get guys on the record talking about this. It makes me feel, I guess, encouraged that there is something more there for him right now. That there is, like, I have to take ownership of this a little bit more than what I have in the past, and try to push forward on it. I don't know how much I'm taking from Dotson when I don't think Dotson will be here next year. So like it's
that too.
I don't think he's going to try and make waves with like, oh yeah, Dotson was upset with the offense. Like it's nobody's welcoming Dotson into the organization knowing he was upset somewhere else. People are welcoming AJ Brown into your organization knowing he's upset somewhere else. But one more segment for us coming up here. We got the YouTube chat recap.
Were they active today?
They were active. I mean, we had a decent amount of activity.
All right,
but we'll see. Sean Rodman was disappointed in what he had in the YouTube chat recap. So, the YouTube chat tends to grade Rodman a lot. Rodman seems to be tossing it right back at them, like, hey, I'm going to give you guys a grade for how you guys perform here today. We'll see. We'll see how they did. We'll see what we got in the YouTube chat recap coming up next. Also, something rare that's in auction. Philly sports memorabilia. Get to that coming up next as well. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is 97.5 The Fanatic. Final segment for us. All of Unfiltered made it in.
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, I didn't think. And, dude, wife, Uber picking her up at 3:20. Flight is happening.
Hey.
How?
Good stuff.
How are flights still going on? We got
Good stuff.
We got 14 inches of snow down there.
Yeah, I'll be in the Hilton for the next week, but I'm glad the flight's getting out.
How is that? I don't know. All right, good. Nice work by them.
Yeah. Hey, good.
I'm shocked.
The world continues to move even when it's snowing. Rain, sleet, or snow. So Vegas, Kelly O will go.
Yeah, I like that. There you go. Nice work by you on that one.
I'm doing my best here. I'm tapped, man.
I like that.
The snow has messed with my brain. It's fried my brain entirely. But I did want to jump in before we got to the YouTube chat recap real quick here, asking if you have a spare $3 million.
A spare? No. Could I possibly talk to some people? Yeah, my neighbor's got a couple dollars. I might be able to get it if you need it.
Spare $862,000.
That I have a better shot at getting.
Better shot at that.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so because right now it looks like that's the bid for Wilt Chamberlain's number 13 uniform from the 1959-60 Philadelphia Warriors.
Wow.
So that's his rookie year jersey uniform, obviously, that he wore during that time. That as of Friday was over $850,000 at auction. They're expecting it to go to $3 million.
Tell you what, DH Gate, you can get it for $36 right now.
That's
too.
probably the one I'm going to end up getting. Yeah, I'll
make sure you
probably take
size
that one.
up. Size up.
Of course, yeah. We had this conversation, right? I get things larger because I anticipate at some point in life my metabolism's going to slow down, and I'd rather not have to go redo the wardrobe. So I wear looser fitting things, and it's more by design because I think at some point I'm going to pack on a few LBs.
You got time.
Thinking ahead, so in 10 years, all the clothes will
Yeah,
fit.
you got
Right.
time. That doesn't happen in your 20s. For at least it didn't for me.
I don't know.
Yeah. But when you turn 30, that's when everything goes to hell. Your body starts to hurt. Next thing you're gaining weight. We're like, come on, man. Belt size goes up. Oh, yeah.
I was really proud of myself. I started Broad Street training on Friday. And by starting Broad Street training, I mean I actually went for a run for the first time probably since last Broad Street.
All right.
Ripped off a 6:48 mile to open up. And then did not finish another mile. I just absolutely, I realized I gave everything I had in that opening mile.
You've
gotta pace yourself.
You've done the Broad Street run before?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
Look at you.
I've done it, but this is my one time a year because I get into February and I'm like, oh, I'll just sign up for the run. Like I'll do it because I need to. Like I need to start doing something to get in shape. Basketball season, I'm eating terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not. This is becoming now tradition where this is the time of year where I think I'm going to get in shape and then I run Broad Street and I don't keep up with anything.
Conchi has one coming up here for St. Patrick's Day, 3.2.
I can't be running St. Patrick's
3.2, yeah.
I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm busy
Ray
St.
already
Patrick's
has
Day
plans.
weekend. St. Patrick's Day weekend is not one for running.
Doesn't shock me.
Yeah, Nate Teddison's in the YouTube chat. He took the day off, finally woke up, and he said he ran 15 miles on Saturday.
Oh, Nate's
marathon guy.
Nate's a runner.
He can put a lot of effort into everything except showing up on a snow day.
Does he have 26.2 on his car?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yep.
I'm sure he does. Let's get to the YouTube chat recap.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
So has John gotten into a fight with Goofy at Disney yet? From If Bayless.
No, I don't.
That might happen though. That might be in the cards.
I was going to say you have to get out of the room to.
John's going to have an eventful, or he's having an eventful trip. He's going to have a lot to share when he gets back. I'll put it to you that way. But it seems like everything's working out fine now.
Up from here.
Yeah, that's
only up from here.
That's
exactly what it is.
Where's his car at? Down the airport?
Yeah, remember they was having that whole debate. They were trying to. They should have put it in the garage. I hope they put it in the garage.
Yeah,
I don't know. What else we got?
Beasley going to have to hire security outside the hotel. Hashtag Rizzy Ray.
I'm glad we got to this entire conversation, this entire show without the, Ray, you were in a hotel last night. Any guests to the hotel? Because every time we do something, every time that comes up, like that question's brought up in the air as if, I'm just going through a Rolodex on my time at the hotel. Like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to invite this person over.
It was a ghost town in there.
It was.
You had one TV station, one radio station, and that was it.
That was it. Yeah. That was the crew. We had a good time. What else we got?
Ray, please. Since when has no hotel room ever slowed you down?
Never mind.
From Tommy John.
Never mind. There it is. Assumed. I should have assumed.
All aboard.
I called a victory lap a little too soon on the show. Is this just the rest of the YouTube chat recap just inferring that I'm going to go back to the hotel and something crazy is going to happen?
I wish I knew.
All right.
I don't know.
What do we have next?
Race started with bubblegum cigarettes, but it was a slippery slope. From D Flyers.
All right. Do we have one more left after this? So this is what I've been told by Sean Robin. He is issuing the challenge to the YouTube chat. This was a D+ day, he said, with regards to YouTube chat recap comments. He said the only reason they didn't get an F is because the last one of the YouTube chat recap is worth not getting an F, which scares the absolute you-know-what out of me. But please, Patricia, what is the last of the YouTube chat recap?
It's only 4 seconds, so let's find out.
I got to dig my car out. Anybody got Colarulo's father-in-law's number? From Andrew.
Our buddy Andy in Lambertville, which... Did your father-in-law take care of it?
That's good.
Yeah, your father-in-law snowblowed the driveway.
That's good.
Where's Kyle Fisher now in the YouTube chat to rip someone for not shoveling? Because this is the egregious one. He actually has something to shovel, and he's not shoveling. He's not taking care of business. He couldn't come to the hotel last night because he's got so much to take care of at home, and yet he's not doing any work at home.
He's playing PGA Tour on the PlayStation.
You said it, not me. All right, you said it, not me. I'm not... They're coming up next. We had a great time with Ricky last night.
Yeah, man, it was great hanging out with everybody.
How often have you hung out with Ricky before?
I actually, not hung out, but I ran into him at a local stop in Manayunk one time. I was telling him that story. He was a nice dude. He was talking shop with everybody at the place.
I was going to say, you've got a chance to hang out with Ricky Bo.
Yeah, it was fun.
Now, no, it's a good time.
It was fun.
It's a good time.
Fun times last night.
Yeah, we had a great time. You wouldn't know, Silvana. You weren't there. It's all right. We see who the real Foxhole crew is here. We got Ricky on that from the Unfiltered. The rest of the crew, there,
The show rolls on.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, television stars don't have time for us, except 6ABC did. Our own television stars didn't have time
Damn
for
right.
us. All right. We'll be back. You're back Thursday?
I'll be back on a Thursday and Friday, sir.
Believe, weather permitting, we have Amy Fadul tomorrow.
Nice.
You are still here tomorrow, Patricia, correct? All right, so we got a crew still coming in tomorrow. It'll be myself, Amy Fadul, Patricia, Johnny still down there in Disney, hoping that the week goes great for him down there. The weather's going to turn for him. Everyone be safe out there. Appreciate everyone. Took time, listened, text, checked in with us throughout the show. Coming up next, Unfiltered, here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Thank you all for listening. This has been Middays with Marks.